Chris! Thank you very much for the 5 gifted subs to Cessna, Moses, Xzinul, Cats, and Cork. Thank you very much. I appreciate you. Welcome. Hello, chat.
Sup from the colonies.
Macros, thank you very much. 2 months coming in. Thank you very much. I appreciate you and your face. The tier 1. How are we today, chat? Welcome, welcome, welcome. Welcome, chat. Welcome. Listen. Listen. Are we 2K on YouTube? Are we 1440p on YouTube? Yes or no? Let me know. Does it look better? 1440p on the P. Have I fixed it? Have I sorted it? Is it 2K? Is it 1440p? It is? Let's go! If you haven't been able to tell, I got some new buttons. Welcome, guys. Does it look crisp? I hope so. I hope so. You can see all the white hairs. Quiz! 5 gifted subs. Thank you very much, mate. I appreciate that. Over on the YouTubes to Green Screen Scott, WW2 Origin, and also Coots. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you. Press my buttons. Stop at you. Welcome, guys. Welcome, welcome. How's everyone doing today? Are we good? Is this DJ JDT? DJDT. Is it too loud or is it okay? Is that too loud? Alright, development. My guy. Let's just relax. Alright, let's relax. No spammage, please. Techno! A bit more up? Oh, okay, fine. Let me turn it up a little bit then. Courtesy of Techno, by the way, for gifting me this. Too quiet. Alright, let me crank it. A little bit. I know you found the sound pads. I have indeed. Which one is it? Is it this one? No. This one. Yeah, it was air horn, wasn't it? Right, how do I... Let me turn it up a little bit, should I? Let me unhide. Where is it? Road. And I'm just going to... I'll put it up by... 5. Maybe 5 dBs. How's that? Is that a bit better? By 5? Guys, I can't lie. I'm going to have too much fun with this. I really am. I really am. Blame Techno. You guys can blame Techno, man. Still too quiet? Oh, wait. It hasn't changed. What if I put that up a little bit? Everything else is going to go up as well, though. What is that sound? Oh, wouldn't you love to know? Guys, thank you very much. Level 2 hype train, by the way. 664 total subscribers. Thank you very much. I appreciate you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Right there. How do I turn her up? How do I turn her up, chat? I can do desktop audio, but I don't really want the desktop audio to go up because I like how it is. I think I want it back now. Welcome, chat. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Another 5. Did it make a change? Is that louder than what it was before? Yes or no? So, for example, if I do another 5, if I did another 5, so if I done 10 total, and then hit it, hide, hide. Is this louder? Is that better? I don't want it to be like too loud, you know? I just want it to be a subtle sort of thing. Wake people up, you know what I mean? Is that spot on? That's good. It should be as loud as my voice, but just like maybe 5 under. Is that about 5 under? I think so. Loud now, cool. Perfect. Sweet. So this one as well. Family friendly channel, so we don't swear. All right. But I'm gonna have a look. I'll have a bit of a play around. I think I can download little sound effects and whatnot from Epidemic Sound, because that's what I use personally, Epidemic Sound. So I wonder if I can there's loads of horns and stuff on here, look. Yes, I'm sure I'll be able to just download a bunch of sound effects from Epidemic Sound. A giveaway. Jeez Louise, Chris.
I'm off back to work, working on an iPad 9 charging port.
Best of luck, my guy. Chris has gifted a mug. You might be thinking, Joe, what are you talking about? Go over to Twitch, !enter for your chance to win a mug. Thank you so much, Chris. I appreciate that, my guy. So make sure you go over to Twitch right now, !enter for your chance to win some merch if you want it. Of course, you know, don't feel like you are forced to have it, but it is there should you want it. All right, it's free. It's free right now. If you do ! Enter, it'll be all yours. I'm also going to roll the other one a bit later as well, from the 30th of November. That's longer than a week ago now. I actually forgot about that one. That was not last Sunday, but it was Sunday before. Nobody redeemed that one. So I'll load that one up as well. I forgot about it, but we'll do that later. If somebody could remind me, that would be amazing. Thank you very much, guys. Yeah, !enter. !enter for your chance to win it. Welcome, 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 welcome. Yeah, I can't wait, Techno, to have a play around, to be fair. I really, really can't wait. I'm really excited. I'm really excited. It's just going to be an ongoing thing, you know.
Bud, I'll be in and out of stream.
All right, Wheaty, no worries. Thank you very much for the tier 2 for 24 months. Legendary status, mate. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Appreciate you. Thank you. Let's fight for a mug. Guys, there's no fight. No need to fight. Just go over to Twitch and do !enter. Much easier. Much easier. Rulesot, thank you very much for the Prime subscription. I appreciate you, my friend. Thank you. Found a better iron than the Aphon. I didn't think so. Yeah, the only one that I've got left is the Fernursi. And that should be coming out, I think, tomorrow. Yeah, I think tomorrow is going to be the Fernursi. Oh, no, wait. What's tomorrow? Tomorrow's Friday. Maybe not. I don't think it will be tomorrow. When is it going to be? Maybe tomorrow. I don't know. I'm not sure. Joey, don't leak it. Give us a better chance. I know I have to, though. Yeah, !enter on Twitch, guys, for your chance to win some merch. It's a mug, by the way. Chris, thank you very much. Chris, what's going on with all of this, by the way?
All the subs and giveaways are for the #BunnySuitFund.
Chat, there is no Bunny Suit Fund. Just let you know. Chris, thank you very much for the 100 bits. Appreciate you. Ez1F, thank you very much for the tier 1 subscription. Thank you, my friend. I appreciate that. It's very, very kind of you. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I don't even know at the moment. I'm not even too sure what tips the Fernursi uses. Oh, it's the C210 245. Oh, okay, fine. Yeah. I don't know what one they sent me. I think it's the full set. Well, I say full set. All I've got, I haven't got the 115 handle, but I don't think you can buy the Fernursi with the 115 handle. I think you have to buy that separately, to be honest. But it looks like a proprietary Oh no, maybe it's not a proprietary handle. But the ones selling well are there's one for £101, there's one for 117. So this is not double the price of what is the Aphon is available for. It's not double the price, but it's up there. It's up there. For those who don't know, I may have just purchased, and it's coming very, very soon, my new exact soldering iron that I'm going to be using. It's called the Aphon A902. Alright, chat. The Aphon A902. You might be like, what, Jay? What's the Aphon A902? It's the Aphon A9E, but two of them. Can you imagine? Been enjoying the comparison videos. Thank you very much, Barry. I appreciate that. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. What's up, Jay? Saw your shorts recently. Thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you. Dazla!
You Joey.
You Joey. Thank you very much for the Prime for 10 months, my guy. I appreciate you. Thank you. Who won? Who won? Oh, Bez's Unk won the cup. Congrats, mate. Congrats, Bez. You just got to click on the link to redeem, my friend. Yeah, I don't know what UJ means. Does? Maybe it's like something missed out there. But thank you very much, my friend. All the same, just cheaper than the Pro. It's Wolf in sheep's clothing. I saw so many people talking about the voltage leak and stuff. You know. What? I don't think anyone's buying merch, right? I think what's happening is people are just giving it away. I mean, if that speaks about the merch in general, somebody has just gifted 3 JDT mugs. So your chance for winning a JDT mug right now is very high. Should you go over to Twitch and do !enter, what on earth am I seeing right now? What on earth am I seeing right now? 3 mugs have just been gifted by Dr. Thrax. If you go over to Twitch, !enter right now, and you have to hit that follow button as well, by the way. Somebody's giving away 3 mugs. What a legend, by the way. Dr. Thrax, thank you so much. I appreciate you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. That is absolutely insane. Do you ship your consoles that are repaired internationally? Learning a lot from you? I'm glad you're learning a lot. No, unfortunately, I don't. No, I don't. Far over. I don't ship for anywhere else other than the UK because it's just me. I'm kind of like a one-man sort of team, except for I've got a friend who does some edits on some shorts. But other than that, and my wife who helps out, it's not really. It's just very time-consuming to have to manage shipping and all of those costs and providing. I package well. I feel like I package my items well when it comes to, sending out in the UK. But international shipping, I feel like there'd have to be an extra layer, and that would just be more cost, more stress with any refunds and returns, because it happens. I get refunds and returns. It does happen because things break after I've potentially fixed them, or they develop more issues that aren't necessarily even related to the first one. Like, it's just how it works, you know? So having to deal with that, it's not many that come back, obviously, but having to deal with that for abroad and having return postage and stuff would be crazy.
PM already?
I am early today. Who we got? Antiberry, thank you very much for the Prime for 9 months in a row. 80 Ace coming in with a Prime as well. Thank you very much. Out of thousands of creators, guys, you are choosing to support me, and I am so happy. So thank you. I appreciate that. And blessed. Qtronics coming in as well with a Prime for 14 months. Thank you very much, my friend. I appreciate you. Yeah, guys, !enter over on Twitch to win a mug, by the way. Your chance to win a mug is going to pick 3 entries right now. If you do !enter, you could win yourself a mug. You can barely trust postal service in this country. Yeah, I know, that's the thing, right? So I do have to be a little bit careful about that because I don't want things to break, halfway across the world and have to sort that out, because that would just be added stress. Yeah, by the way, guys, the MacBook. Who are the winners? Jose. Yeah, Jose, my guy. Jose won 2? Wait, did Jose win 2? Or was it just a A double message. Is it just a double message? I'm not even too sure. Mr. Fixers, Jose, and Huss, I think, are the 3 separate winners. I think it's a double message. Yeah, Dr. Strax, thank you very much, by the way, for the amazing support. I appreciate that. It's very, very kind of you. And there we go. 3 mugs, and just like that. Make sure you log in to claim them, guys. Make sure you log in to claim them. And make sure you follow on the channel as well. Guys, we're trying to hit 20,000 followers on Twitch before the end of the year. I don't know if it's possible, but we can try. We can try. Did I miss another giveaway? Yes, you did. Yeah, 3 mugs, actually. 3 mugs. I haven't touched the Haribo, Techno. I haven't touched Haribo. I've got so much Haribo, not just from yourself, even though Techno gave me 3 packs of Haribo, chat. 3 big packs of Haribo. So yes, he gave me 3 packs. They're going to sit in my cupboard for potentially about 4 months before they get eaten, because I've just got so much Haribo to get through of other people as well. Normal message, then announcement. Gotcha. That makes sense. Why is that? Oh wait, I closed Epidemic Sound. Why did I do that? Let's put some normal tunes on, shall we? Well, actually, to be fair, I shouldn't, because we're going to be working on our first item today. Guys, guess what? The fun part is we're going to be doing an SSD controller on a PS5 to see if that saves it. And you might be privy to a little bit of a spoiler on a video. Dun, dun, dun. So that's hype. That's hype. Fixing SSD. Fixing PS5 SSD controller. The expensive one as well, by the way, chat. Do you guys have Haribo Smurfs in the UK? I don't know. I don't think so. Not reballing by hand. Absolutely not. Lord Glove. Paul Daniels in the building. Paul. Hello, my friend. How are you today? Here to watch you doing that? No, I wish, mate. I wish. Let's go, Jose. Congrats on the redemption for the mug, my friend. Congrats. GG. Was it a spoiler you commented 5 hours ago? Just sort of no. The spoiler is me doing this repair, essentially, because it will probably go out for a video. But I can't say too much, you know. I might just do the replacement and not tell you guys if it works or not. Welcome, by the way. Welcome. How are you, PLD? Closing up for the night. More experimenting done. Time to kick back and relax watching other people work hard. Work hard? You call this working hard? Lol. Huss, thank you very much for redeeming as well. Guys, the merch is only available for about another 2 weeks or so, okay? 2 weeks from now is Christmas. What day is Christmas Day? Thursday? I can't stream on the Thursday, chat, unfortunately. I can't stream on Christmas Day, but I might make up for it on the Wednesday or something. But yeah, the merch is going to be available until, is it going to be like a Sunday, I think? I think it's that Sunday. No, sorry, the Wednesday. So we've got 1, 2, just under 3 weeks left of the merch. And then this merch specifically that is available now is not going to be sold again. So you've only got your limited amount of time to grab this Profit or Loss Season 2 merch. Just as a bit of a heads up, FYI, situation to the nation, in case people get angry at me and they're like, Joe, you didn't tell me. You didn't mention that it's limited merch. Yeah, it's not up there for long, chat, unfortunately. SSD Controllerino. Let's go. Dun, 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 dun. Liking the new screen layout. The circle count was so 90s. Yeah, I'm experimenting with a bunch of things. I've also got some new lighting, chat. Yeah. I have the hoodie. It's really good. I have the zipper one. It's actually quite. Oh, nice, Drax. Let's go. Yeah, I've got a Profit or Loss t-shirt from season 1, and it's a print, but the print has not lacked in quality at all, and it must have had in the tens of washes now. You know, I wouldn't say hundreds just yet, but I'd say in the tens of washes. So, and the print is absolutely amazing still. The zip-up hoodie is just print, whereas the normal hoodies are actually, what do you call it? Embroidery, and the embroidery is very nice, in my opinion. In my opinion. In my opinion. And yeah, we're just having a little bit of a move around on stream. Guys, I've got some interesting graphical work coming our way soon as well, just as a bit of an FYI. Interesting graphical work. So we'll see how that hangs, how that does, sorry. Hoodie and beanie are very comfy. Let's go. Thank you. Thank you guys for the recommendations. Thank you. Yeah, can you see on this SSD controller is a bit more oblong. This SSD controller is a bit more rectangle, and it's a 70GG. Now, I think, I didn't know that there was a plus down here. Look at that. I don't think I've got a reballed 70GG. I'm just going to check my stash now. And if I don't, that means that we are going to have to reball a 70GG and put it on. I can't remember if I did reball one or not the last time that I had taken one off the board. So let's see. I've got a stat. Look at this stash, man. I know they're not in ESD bags or anything like that. There is a lot of SSD controllers there. These are South Bridges. I believe these South Bridges are reballed. This is, there we go. There's a 70GG. Cool. So that 70GG, is it reballed? That is the question that I ask myself every single day. And I bet the answer is going to be no. How's the MacBook? Oh, this is the MacBook. No, this isn't the MacBook. This is the PS5. The MacBook, guys, the MDM has been removed. If you've seen the video, I put a spoiler in it. When I say in the video, it wasn't in the video. There'll be like an update in the next video. But the MDM's been removed. I had so many comments on that video saying, you're not going to get it removed. They're not going to do it. Like people outright saying, it's not going to happen, Joey. Chill out. And I contacted the company and they were like, yeah, what's the serial number? And I gave them the serial number and they were like, yeah, it's been removed. I was like, oh, cool. Nice one.
Love the streams. Keep
Thank
it up.
you.
All
Thank
the
you.
best
Oh,
to
is that a
you and your
purchase?
family.
Yo, thank you very much. ADA's coming in as well with a 761. Thank you very much for purchasing. Would you get, a mug?
Hey man, love the
Noah,
content.
thank you.
Just got into some repair myself.
Let's
and
go.
I am learning a lot watching your videos.
Nice. Let's go.
Thanks for the great content. Laughing face. Take care.
You're more than welcome. Let's go, Noah. Thank you very much for the £4.38. I appreciate you, 80, coming in with the mug purchase chat. I'm going to say I didn't see the picture when it popped up on stream, so I'm going to go ahead and assume it's a mug based on price, but I could be entirely jubbly incorrect. So let's have a look. I know, Fifi. I know it's bad. I know. It was a mug indeed, my friend. Thank you very much for the mug purchase. I appreciate you. Thank you. So who was the company? I'm still not going to. I don't want to say, just in case. It was just a bank, like I said. It was just a bank. I don't think necessarily me saying what company it is going to be detrimental, but especially now that they've seen the video, I don't really have a need to talk about it, to be honest. Oh no! I've just realised something, chat. Oh no. Oh God, what am I going to say? Who can tell me what I'm going to say? Considering where I am at the moment, picking out stencils. Oh no. I'm pretty sure it's a different size square. Joey. Did I not get a stencil for this? I don't think I would have, because I wouldn't have needed one in the past, you know. I just don't think I would have needed one. Now I have the A2. What's this one? That's A2, and that's just, oh man. Oh no, I think I can use the 62, and I think it just misses out a few things. But before I go ahead and start cleaning this off, does it fit in here? Oh. Okay, all right, well this just got, wait, what did I do last time, man? Because I swear I've done a 70GG before. Maybe I haven't. Maybe this is the first 70GG that I got. Does that fit on there if I do that? Does that... I mean, with the magnetic pull, I wonder if it would just sit in there like that and not move. I think I'd be all right, you know. I think I could wing it. I think I could, because it's relatively the same. Relatively the same. If I line it up properly after taking the solder off, I think we'll be okay. And if I use balls rather than paste. All right, listen, chat, listen. We're going to do this. But essentially, I have messed up here. I have messed up because I didn't know that I didn't have the stencil. Yo, Macros, welcome. Welcome. Told you they would remove the MDM. Yeah, there was a lot of people who said that, you know, they're not going to remove the MDM. Yo, not another person. Oh, it was the purchase. Bears, thank you for the redeem. I appreciate you. But yeah, Noah, thank you very much for the tip, by the way. I hope everything goes well in your journey. And if you have any questions or anything like that, then feel free to just ask away. Yeah, know what I mean? Try and help as best we can. anything else that you're struggling with necessarily, your best bet is probably the Discord. Yo, Axo, thank you very much for the Prime subscription. I appreciate that, my guy. Thank you very much. Thank you. Garbage, welcome today. And Macros, good morning. Well, afternoon. How are you guys? Are we okay, chat? Everybody okay? Fit and healthy today? I hope so. Mobile device management. Yeah. That's what MDM is. MDM. Mobile device management. That's it. You not heard that before? Just joined in, see some message about MDM. Did they remove it? They did, Mako. Yes. They did. Provided you don't wipe the OS, you need to bypass it again. Yeah, so what happened is it's listed up on my eBay, by the way, chat. If somebody wants a nice MacBook, you guys saw the repair. You know what condition it's in, etc. I signed into my profile and stuff just to make sure it was okay on my iCloud, and then I just went for a hard reset after that. But if you're interested, !eBay, and you live in the UK, there's a nice MacBook available right now. I've listed it for $350, and I'll see how it goes. But I've started at $350 because the price points were like a little bit all over the place between 3 and 4. And they were pretty much the exact same. But I also don't think there's many selling, to be honest. So we'll see how it goes. But I thought up to Christmas I might be able to get rid of it. But we'll see. Just one of the things. One of the things. All right, here we go. So, first things first. Fume extracto on the back toe. There she is. Lovely jubbly. I'm pretty sure I used 5.5 for these ones as well in the past. I think SSD controller and Southbridge is 5.5. But if it's not, we'll we'll deal with that when it comes to it. One of those situations to the nations. Right. I've got my earbuds. I've got my soldering iron. I've got my, what else have I got here that I need? Wick, that's a good one, Joey. And leaded solder, of course. So let's bring those over in our little solder holder reel. And then we can get cracking, can't we? So, let's heat the chip up a little bit first and introduce some heat to make our life that tiny bit easier. Thanks for your thanks for your videos. I could fix a PS5, and now I try more into GPU fixing. Microscope is a game changer. Let's go! I appreciate that. Thank you very much, Axo. Thank you. Tweezers. Make sure you move from your iCloud also. Yes. Well, I don't think it's on my iCloud anymore, to be honest, because I've done a hard reset, right? So if I go into settings and go, how do you see devices, chat, on Apple? How do you see devices? Is there a way to see devices for your iCloud? Yeah, it's not in my devices anymore. I got my old iPhone, I got my watch, and I got my phone, that's it. And I'm pretty sure it would show up there, wouldn't it? So it's not there anymore. But I will check the browser as well and just make sure that it's not. But I don't think it is, to be honest. Just open the iFixit soldering kit I want in Discord. There's more than I expected. Thank you, Jake. You're more than welcome, mate. Don't worry about it. There we go, chat. In case anybody wondered, Acidic has received the giveaway. I hope it does you well, my friend, okay? So what we'll do now is we'll come in with some flux. And I'm going to come in and tin this with some leaded solder. Nice shiny balls. And then we'll come in with some wickedy wick. I'm thinking about getting a separate holder for my wick, you know. Just have two separate ones, because sometimes they get tangled up. Let's put it this way, chat. If I do need to reball this, it's not going to take 3 streams. What do you think I was practicing for, hey? What do you think I was practicing for? This exact moment. Take that off. There we go, look at that. Is that lovely jubbly? I think so. That's going to be fine to reball. Shouldn't have any issues there. Looks nice and flat, all of those. Hope all of you well. First time in stream. Enjoy electronics fabrication myself. Love the microscope view, but I would love... Well, what I would love is a macroscope to make this view harder for me. I don't know what a macroscope is. I have no idea what that is. Macroscope. Never heard of it. I get the idea because of macro micro, but I never. I didn't even know it was a thing. If I'm honest with you. Welcome, chat. Let's clean the flux from this just to make sure we're all good. Clean tools is easy life, chat. By the way, want to make sure that you have your clean your tools. You know, your daily drivers and whatnot. You'll thank yourself. Watched on TikTok, now I joined on Twitch. Tiny Aim, let's go. Welcome. How are you? Yeah, I think there's quite a few people who have done that. I think there's quite a few people recently who have done that. The old TikToks is going well. Right, let me try and position this properly now. So if I position this here and push it right down. And then if I take this and position it correct. I need to move it over ever so slightly. I need to do it with very thin tweezers. Otherwise, it's a manual reball, chat. To be honest, this wouldn't actually take long with a manual reball, I don't think. I don't know how many, guys, do we know how many balls it is on an SSD controller? I don't think it would take too long. So I'm not even necessarily too worried, to be fair. I just need to make sure they somehow all line up, that's all. I think I got it. I need it a little bit more. Don't break my tweezers, please. Please don't break my tweezers. Ah! Yes, what are we thinking, chat? I think we've done all right, hey? That's good. This is good. Now, unfortunately, I didn't put any flux on the chip. And thinking about it, I really should. I really should put a little bit of flux, so I'm going to take off. Ay caramba. Fume extractors are mostly for flux fumes, aren't they? Flux and, yeah, I guess, yeah. I mean, it just, my advice is that it just doesn't hurt, you know what I mean? To have it. Even if it's from solder or whatever. It doesn't hurt to have a fume extractor at all. So I would just always recommend to people to get a fume extractor. And if you can't afford a decent one, just get one that filters out the toxins for now. And then you can always upgrade later once you've made some money or whatever it is that you're doing. But I would health is wealth. I always try and, you know, echo that as a priority. Health is wealth. What's the point of doing it if it's not good for you? You know what I mean? Yeah, definitely have an extractor, yeah. And, you know, there's research out there to say that, you know, working with leaded solder, we don't actually, it doesn't get, it's not vaporized. So it's not therefore inhaled, the lead that is in leaded solder, but more so the flux chemicals and whatnot is something to look out for. That's the one. Cool. Yeah, flux is the issue. Yeah, it's just not good. Just be safe and get a fume extractor. Simple as that. Jet Pinky, welcome. How are you? Here we go. Spreading my balls. Lord above, that was a lot of balls. Didn't realise lead had such a high boiling temp. Yep. Well, it's not. I don't know if it's classified as like boiling. You know. I think it's more vaporized, isn't it? That's why the temperature's so high. Like even at boil, I don't know how bad it is, etc. But I think when it's vaporized, that's when you're going to have issues. I'm not going to be able to take them out, am I? That's okay. Oh, okay, wait a minute, I can. Just. Use some sharp tweezers, man. Precision. I actually wonder if these are 0.5s. I mean, they go in the stencil, so that's okay, but this stencil is a 62. Sorry, 62 or 61? Sorry, yeah, 62. Hello! So we'll see what happens. We shall see. Graham, thank you very much for the tier 1, my guy. I appreciate you. 16 months is an insane amount of time to support. Thank you. Thank you, thank you. Whoop. Whoop. Somebody bought merch? Or some of the redeemed merch? The redemption. Mr. Fixer, enjoy your mug, my friend. Enjoy your mug. I have to find a better way at placing balls on. I think Tony from Northwest Repair has like a 3D printed thing that I see on his GPUs, on the cores. Thing is, I'd need a 3D printed thing for each individual reballing situation, which would be a pain. Tweezers are very good though. Yeah, paste versus ball. Those are big balls. These are 5.5. These are 5.5 PLD, which is why I'm not using paste in this environment, because the chip's quite big as well. So I'd rather it be as even as possible. Hence the using balls for this one specifically. Whoa! But you can't do that. I wasn't prepared to lose more balls. But it definitely would have sped up this process, I'll tell you that. People like just seeing the stream for the first time since the Reballageddon, and they're like, oh, not again. He's not doing it again, is he? Good practice, guys. Don't let anyone tell you different. If you think about reballing, just go for it. You're not wasting your time. This is good practice. I'm so much more sharper now than what I used to be. Wow. Just chucking balls in the holes like it's nothing, you see? Where are... there's so many other balls. Might be able to do this a little bit quicker without the scope. Wait there. I have to pick them up from the floor. And when I say floor, I mean mat. I hate to say it, these tweezers are great. For this specific job of just like picking up and placing. I feel like PLD is a person who would vouch for reballing as a skill. And a good one to practice if you were looking to get into this line of work. Even if I mean reballing as in pasting, just reballing in general. Because I think PLD is more so a paster on many things. But he also does work with smaller chips a lot more of the time. Haven't looked up to breathe yet, chat, so bear with me. Ooh. Bear with us. I hope all of these balls were 5-5. Because that wouldn't be very funny, would it? Are we good? I think we're good. Moon, welcome. How are you? He's so focused, like an ASMR video. Looking to get into repair on the side of my free time. What type of consoles or devices do you recommend starting with? Azil, if you do exclamation mark learn repair, or there's a video on my channel actually that is specifically for that. But there's also a free course in the school that you can have a look at, and what I'd recommend to actually start repairing and stuff, because it's a big subject. All right. Okay, let's be very smart with this. When I say be very smart, let's just try and be smart. I don't know if this is smart. Let's go. We'll be adding a bunch of flux in a minute, but for now we just need to get these balls in place, and hopefully they don't roll off and dispatch each other. So let's do that. Here we go. I really hope the chip doesn't move either, because it's not the correct stencil. So when the stencil starts bubbling, etc., we're not going to be in for a great time. Okay, that looks good to me. I'll come in with the flux now. Up the speed, get the job done quicker. Should be good. And now we just wait a second. Wait for these balls to solidify before I start taking the stencil off, because that is where we could have issues. So if I poke these now, they're still going to be molten. So I'm just waiting for them to go that kind of dull grey again, which you should see. More so like over here. You see how these are like a dull grey? So I poke these now, for example. They're not going anywhere. These ones, also good, I think. Just slowly poke it out. Oh, we don't have a ball attached. So I was going to say about a reflow, but what we do now in this scenario, right, is you can see we don't have a ball attached there. So we take our stencil, we grab this little guy, and we plop it right there, and hope that it stays there for the reflow. If not, it's GG. I think I know which one it is. There it goes. And now that one's back. I can blast this with, say, 60%. It's already got a bunch of flux on it as well. There we go. And now we just give this a little clean with IPA and a toothbrush. When it's a little bit cooler, of course, not now. Need to make sure it's nice and cool. And then this is going to be ready to put onto our board. Trina! Hello! I'm doing well. How are you? Been awake since 3 a.m. my time, but otherwise doing well. Good. I'm glad you're well. I'm glad you're well. I've missed you. I hope you're. I hope everything's good in life. Welcome. Hey Joe, I brought the soldering iron from your link on AliExpress. I love it. I used to have a cheap one from Amazon, but there's differences night and day. Let's go, Devon. Which one? Which one? Which one? Which one did you buy? Was it the A for A9? Or was it the Finersi? Either or. Where's the... Wait there, chat. 2 secondos. Right, this should be relatively cooler now, so I can come in with... Where's my brush? Is that one? I think it is. Yeah, there we go. Nice and cool. To an extent. To be fair, I think we're going to benefit from putting it in the holder. We'll be able to get a better hold on it then, rather than it shaking around. Just shaking it around. Oh, shaking my chances. Up, up. Okay. There she is. That looks nicely reballed to me. That looks nicely reballed to me. What do you guys think? A for A9, but it's just me, or is there not enough slots for the spare tips? Yeah, that's one of the only issues, I guess. But I personally just swap between two. I just swap between 2 tips, you know. Me personally. Exclamation mark enter, guys. It's over. The giveaway's over, unfortunately. I see what you're doing, though. I see what you're doing. But the giveaway is over, and it was just a bit of merch that was available, so I do apologise. But yeah, it's not happening anymore. A work of art? Ah, thank you, gamer. What, you think this is a work of art? Ah, stop it, please. That'll do, hey? That'll do, donkey, that'll do. Is a quote from which famous film? Big old magnet. Checking it out. Clean my stent cell. Denzel the stent cell. I don't think it was perfect. I think there was actually more things that I could have done correct. But, I mean, it's not bad. It's not bad. I'm melting. Yep. Lord only knows how many films they've got out now. I think they're on their 7th or something silly, right? There's another one coming out or something like that. Shrek 1 and 2, that was it for me. Call it there. Call it there. However, I'm not going to judge because I haven't seen the others. But, you know, what are you doing with your single AFIN? I think somebody messaged me on Discord, actually, and I think I'm going to look to sell the single one. If I can make some money back from purchasing it, that would be pretty cool. But someone did message me on Discord saying that they wanted it, so I'm probably going to take that route, to be fair. I'm not going to auction it or anything because I also don't feel it's fair for the other guy who wanted to buy it and message me, and I said it's fine. So I do need to send it. Right. Now the important part, the other important part, I guess, is we need to remove this little chip here. This is the SSD controller that we need to remove that is supposedly faulty anyway. And then stick the other one on. So I'm going to try and do this in like one foul swoop sort of situation, right? So first things first, I've got my soldering iron. That is pretty much ready to go. I've got my hot air gun. So we're going to stick that right on 480 for this specifically and try and get it off. I'm not going to put any flux on for the time being. I've got my wick. I'm going to trim my wick here to make sure that it's ready to go. And I've got my leaded solder as well right next to the wick so I can go boop, 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 boop. Right, let's do it. Let's get this off. Here we go, chat. 480 degrees Celsius, 99% airflow. The important thing that I'm going to do here is heat up the board to the best of my ability. Now, if I was really sensible, what I'd probably do right now is go and get my board heater, because this chip right here that I'm changing is the second biggest chip on this board. It is the SSD controller IC, and it controls the SSDs on the board, and is quite a, I'd say, a common failure point, to be honest with you. Save our stuff. Yo, thank you very much for the tier 1 for 23 months. I appreciate you. Thank you, mate. Very, very kind of you. It's a very, very common failure point. Second to the Southbridge, I would say, in terms of chips. Southbridge is smaller than this one, however. And then the biggest chip on the board is the APU. So this is like the second biggest. So basically, if you don't heat up the board correctly, you can risk boding if you target the heat in one particular place. So that's why I'm warming up the board now with my hot air gun, just to give it that little bit of extra help. But again, the board heater here would be my best friend. Let's go. So I'm going to hone in on this now. Circular motion. Circular motion. The board's at a little bit of an angle. Give it a little poke to make sure. Nope, still all good. Still massively soldered on there, so again, just going to wait. There we go, it's loose. So what I do now, come in, lift. You can see the state of this underneath. Not looking very good, is it? And now I come with some flux. Now, very important whilst the board is hot is when I come in and add my leaded solder to make our life 10 times easier. Waiting for it to get up to temp. Come on, come on, come on. Hacko slow things. Up to temp, come in with my leaded. Just a little bit. I'm going to dump that because it's a big bit. Now there's leaded solder there. I come in with my wick. Now I'm going to give this a clean and just see how we're looking. So I come in with a microfiber cloth here, just to make it easier. I'm just going to rotate this a little bit. I can see in the bottom left I've got a little bit of solder left on those pads, and maybe a couple on the left hand side.
Hello Joeyyyy.
Fitzy, welcome. How are you, my friend? Try and remove some of the glare as well. I'm going to put some heat back into it because I'm going to come back in with my soldering iron in a sec. Sorry, my hot air station. If I said soldering iron, I meant hot air station. Because there's a couple of balls here that I can see that just need a quick going over. Just there. There. There and there. Gotcha. Found your channel recently through NanoFix podcast. Love the content. Thank you very much, Epic. I appreciate that. Wow, Nano coming in clutch as well there. Thank you so much, mate. Thanks for the heads up and telling me. There we go. So that is pretty much ready. It could be better, if I'm honest with you, but I don't think it's going to matter massively. Now, I do see a little bit of a scuffed pad is what I will say. Bit of a dull one, you know, just a bit of a dull pad here. I wonder if that's where our issue was coming from. All right. Now we're going to put the other SSD controller on. So I'm going to put a little bit more light back in the area now. But we should be okay. There's a little bit of solder mask missing down here. Don't think that's going to play a factor. So I'm going to carry on. So I'll come in with my hot air and just again put a little bit of heat back into the board because this is a very important part now. Hey Joey, thanks for mentioning the TM3K 3D scope some videos ago. I compulsively bought the 10-inch version for Christmas after seeing how amazing it looks. Hope I used the affiliate link correctly. Nice. Have you got it now, Neural? Guys, exclamation mark scope in the chat or exclamation mark microscope. I can't remember which one it was. But yeah, feel free to take a look at it if you want. It is an affiliated link, but the scope is absolutely fantastic, as you guys can clearly see. The lighting situation could be better, but that's not really necessarily down to the scope. I think it's microscope. I don't know. I could be wrong. Anyway, tiny bit of flux here, okay? Not too much flux. Spread that out. That is more than enough. Yeah, it is microscope. Exclamation mark microscope. Thank you, guys. And now we just need to line this bad boy up. So we take pin 1, which is going to go in the bottom left here. And I'm going to push down on this and try and get it nice and snug. Just there. And this is feeling, guys. It's really hard to explain. But that was on right there. That is on. Might take you a couple times to do this. There we go. Okay, now we come back in with the hot air. I'm going to lower the temperature of this to 440, by the way. And here we go, chat. This is it. Doesn't always go to plan. Just remember that, okay? This is a big old chip. I'm looking for it to move, though, okay? 440 degrees Celsius, let's go. Board is still baking hot. If it moves, you tell me, chat. Give it a little tap. It moved. It moved, shifted, and went back into place. So I'm going to go ahead and assume that this is soldered. So I'm not going to add any more flux. What I used to do is flood this area with flux now, and I'd go for like a reflow. And what that would do is just A, create like a huge mess underneath. And I wouldn't even be able to tell if the boards were connected or not. But B, it's just such a pain to clean up. And you don't necessarily need it. There is no need for me to add more flux here. How beginner were you when you started official? If you go onto my YouTube channel, which you're on, go onto my channel, sort from oldest to newest on my absolute on my videos, and you'll see within the first 5 minutes how newbie I was. I'd never taken apart anything other than to change some batteries in something. Never. So have a look. It's there. It's all documented on my YouTube channel. Let's check this. That looks good, chat. What do you think? That looks good to me. That side. This side. Really nice. This side, there's four sides to this chip. Nice, look at that. And lastly, there we go. That is a nice, successful chip swap. Now, the question is, do I test it on stream? Hello, Twitchies. Welcome over to Twitch, Bodge Bodge. Do I test this now or not? Just waking people up, sorry guys. Didi, welcome, buddy. How are you? I'll give you guys the option. We either test this now, or we take a look at the Finersi DWS 200 soldering iron.
Test ITTTTTTT.
Okay. I'll test it. I'm very nervous about this. I'm very nervous about this, by the way. Like, really, really nervous about this. What makes the new soldering iron so special? Which one? Define new. I've recently reviewed a few soldering irons. When I say review, it's just been like a Joey unboxing. So please take that with a pinch of salt. It's not necessarily a review, I'd say. One thing I found, guys, is that I'm definitely not somebody who's good at reviews. Let's put it that way. Watching them back, I was cringing a little bit, you know. But and I think that's just me in general. I think that's just me in general in my review aspect. You know what I mean? But, you know, it is what it is. Some people said they enjoyed it. Hi from Saudi Arabia. Not Yazid, welcome. How are you, buddy? Welcome, my friend. Liquid metal is expensive, yes, but it will last you years. It's not like you use new liquid metal on every single PS5. From the ones that you can't fix, you just salvage the liquid metal from them and you just rinse and repeat. Nothing wrong with that. Can't do that with thermal paste. No, it's not, Graham. It's not the PS5 with the rebuild APU, my friend. No, that'd be insane. That's gone. She's gone. There we go. Hot Cows, welcome. Hoodie arrived today. A huge thank you to everyone posting pictures. Let's go. How do you like it, Hot Cows? You like it? Andy, welcome, pal. I don't know how you got around using the C115 iron the other day. I tried my friends and couldn't see because my hands are too big. I love that. I love that. Yes, official Mattel. Yeah, we managed to get the MDM wiped, and the MacBook now, if you do ! eBay, is listed on my eBay. Ready for sale. I've started at $349.99 and we'll see how it goes. No charger included, just literally the MacBook. Which is why I might have to bump my price down a little bit, to be honest, because it might be a little bit high without a charger. Right, let's try this. SSD controller replaced. Pin's looking really, really good. But this error can be a nightmare. I'm not going to go into too much detail because I want you guys to watch the video. But this error, trust me when I say, I've had it a bunch of times. Sometimes the SSD controller replacement works, sometimes it doesn't, all right? I've had it maybe 2 or 3 times that it hasn't worked, and a couple of other times where it has. It's very hit or miss. Saw your videos on TikTok and loved every single one. Thank you, I appreciate that. Thank you. It will work, I'm not sure. I'm really not sure, honestly. We'll see. I'm not getting my hopes up. Because it's not 100% the issue. The SSD controller is not 100% the issue. Just bear that in mind, alright? I'm happy with the rebuild. I think we've done very well. But it might not be the reason this isn't working. Just as an FYI. Like I said, SSD controller is the second biggest chip on this board to the APU. And it can be very, very difficult. And you need to be extra careful when replacing them. Southbridge is difficult. This is SSD controllers harder. SSD controllers on these boards are less balls, so they're not as big as the other ones. Did your A-Fin A9 come with the US lead, or did I? No, you ordered the wrong one. So it will just take a normal kettle. But what I will say off the back of that, Devon, is make sure you haven't, because if you've got the US lead, you might have got the wrong voltage, depending on where you are. They do 110, they do 220. So you really need to check that before you go ahead and plug in a 220 volt source into a 120, into a 110. So please make sure you check that. On the back of the station, it will say what voltage it is. Where are you from, Devon? Are you from the UK? Mine came with an EU lead because they don't. Oh, it says AC 100 to 240. That'll be fine. Then all you just need is a kettle. All you just need is a kettle lead then. So just any normal kettle lead, and you'll be fine. As long as it's AC 100 to 240, you'll be fine. You just need a kettle lead. I will very much appreciate that you don't do 1, 2, 3 videos on TikTok. Maybe appreciate you working more. Thank you, Silver. I appreciate that. Thank you. I use one from my PS. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah. Right, Chad, do you think it's going to work? I can't tell you. I'm not going to tell you the error code that I got, the string that I got. You're going to have to wait till the video for that, unfortunately. But here we go. PS5 back together enough to test. SSD controller has been replaced. Is it going to work? Let's find out. Plugged in. I'm really nervous. 3, 2, 1. No. Same error. I believe it. John D. Retro, thank you very much for the Prime for 3 months. I appreciate you. Legendary, thank you. Same error. Means, I mean, good news is that this SSD controller is okay. Bad news, not fixed. I'm going to try the SSD cache. I'm going to try the SSD cache, which is this little chip here. Maybe take some measurements and confirm what's good and what's not. Let's have a look. Time to bust out the old multimeter. I thought I was going to be able to move on to the Finersi DW S200, but it is what it is. Multimeter is enabled. Connect. Oh, if I had a Stream Deck, man, I could set all of this up to just, you know, press it and open the program and do all of those things, man. Okay. Here we go. Right, let's take some measurements. So I'll start with the resistors between the SSD cache and the SSD controller and just see if there's any issues with these resistors specifically. .91. I'm pretty sure it should just be 1K. .9 is a little bit strange. I mean, it's not massively out of scope, but that's 0.9 as well. What about this one? .84. That's a bit strange, isn't it? These readings are a bit weird. Now, they are in circuit, so I need to bear that in mind, but let me grab another one, which doesn't have... Does it have the same layout? It does, but these ones are... Why have I moved these? You know what? I reckon this had this... Oh, I reckon this board had the exact same issue. I reckon this board had the exact same issue. Let's measure this one. I mean, yeah, that's 1K. This one. 1K. This one. 1K. So they're all 1K. Whereas here... There's 0.8, 0.9, 0.9. I don't know whether to just move the resistors off quickly and check their values and see what they're like. You know, I'm kind of thinking about doing that. Before doing anything else. just to check their resistances. Because they are a little bit off, but they are also in circuit. And this SK Hynix RAM cache chip can be potentially putting those down. You know what I mean? I don't know. It's my gut feeling anyway. I knew this wouldn't work. Okay. There's two things wrong that I'm doing here. First things first is I shouldn't really be doing it whilst it's plugged in. So I'm going to take it out. Second thing, I need to ground myself a little bit more so I have more stability when taking off the resistors. Because I'm being a little bit of a moron. Because I'm working like this, you see. When the board's flat to the desk, you can rest your palm and be more accurate. So I'm not going to have a good chance to measure that one. Let's just put it that way. I'll have to take them on from a donor for that. Just see if the others are 1K when I take them off. I also shouldn't be grabbing them vertically. I should be grabbing them horizontally. Enjoyed the vids about the soldering stations after 9 years of building FPV drones and soldering with the TS100. I've decided to pick up an A for an A9E, got the 210 tips, so hopefully all good. Let's go. I love that. Good luck. I bet you enjoy it. I've got faith. Hey Joey, did you take out the 3-volt battery when working on it? No, it's not even close to the area where I'm currently working on, to be fair. So it doesn't need to come out. If it was on a preheater, it would have been removed. Do we get 1K? We get 1K. What do we get here? I bet we get 1K, hey? 1K. Okay, well, the next thing that I'm going to try is take off this SSD cache and see what's going on. That's the only other thing that I can really do before calling this one quits, unfortunately. You know my bigger tweezers for this. I need a better grip. I need a better grip, get a grip. I need a better grip, get a grip, grip. I need a better grip, get a grip. Did we lose a 1K resistor? We did. Yep. We can get it back though. I just want to check something. Now that I've removed that chip, I wonder if we still get 1K resistance on these resistors. Sorry, now that if it goes up to 1K, apologies. Because then I'll know precisely that it's definitely coming from that chip rather than, say, for example, the SSD controller. So let's check that. So if I go ahead and measure now, do we still get 0.9 or whatever it was, or does it go up to 1K now? So it still sits around there. That one's 1K. That wasn't 1K before, I'm sure. I'm sure this is 0.9K before, after removing this. Well, this one's coming up 414 now. There we go. So 0.83, I think that's the same, but this one was definitely 0.9 before and not 1K. So I do wonder if it was the cache. I see this one here. Maybe not. And I also don't know if these have changed via the different boards. So for example, I'm working on the 041 and I do have donor boards because we've worked on them in the past couple of videos, but I'm wondering if I can take this from an older board. So let me see what the situation is to the nation. Maybe I've got the one that I removed from this board, which technically wouldn't be too smart to use. Welcome, guys. Can you review hot air stations next? I've actually got a real interesting video idea coming up, and I'm looking forward to giving that a blast. I've bought cheap soldering stations. A cheap soldering station and a cheap hot air station. That's a Nanya chip. And I'm going to see if I can do my common repairs like I've just done with a cheap hot air gun. That's the plan. So I think that's going to be a great video. Now that's a Hynix, which is what this is, a Hynix, but I need to make sure they are pretty much identical. Otherwise, there's no point in swapping them. I think they are, but the SSD controller is different, so therefore I don't know if this chip provides different values, perhaps. In which case, I'd have to just take it from another board. But I can't really see what's going on here, so let me just clean it up. Is that the pair ramp? No, this isn't paired. This isn't paired. This is the SSD cache, I see. As far as I'm aware, it's not paired anyway. Right, so what models do we have here? So we've got UHC 310V and we've got 045V. So I feel like there is definitely difference there, isn't there? This one is less, so 310V. So I feel like I should definitely be changing the chip out for another like it. Even though this top serial is the same, that UHC 045V on the right and 310V, I need to swap it like for like, I believe. Now, if I have to go like for like, I believe I also have to take apart a console. Don't I? Oh, that's a software issue. Oh, if that's a software issue, do I really want to be taking parts from that? No, probably not. I really don't want to be taking parts from that. What about this one? This is APU, wasn't it? This is cracked APU, and I don't think there's that many screws in this one. So cracked APU, we can choose you, my friend. Yeah, I've only got a couple of screws in here, so that's perfect. Won't take long to take off. That's the date code indeed. I think that's a date code. Oh, okay. So what? It's not an important factor. Is that what you guys are saying? Is that the date code? 31V. So everything else is the same except for the bottom code, right? So what about the Cryo? What about the bottom code? Because that's different. That's the only other thing that's different. The top code is the same. It says UHC, but the 310V is different. And the bottom code is ever so slightly different. So you think it'll be okay? So what Cryo is saying in the chat is that this code here, which is actually different, the only thing that's different to me using one of the older boards is a date code. This line is the same as well as the UHC. The only thing that's different on here is that this, instead of being a, I don't know, backwards 5 or whatever that is a 1 on the other one. So let me just put that over there then, and I'll just use a different board. And we'll go from there. I'm going to have to sort out. There's another resistor you were saying? I don't think there is there? So we got 1, 2, but 3 is the third one's missing. Let me check this board down here then. See if you're right. Oh yeah, there is. You're right. That one. This one here. So you're saying I might have to add this resistor then? What I'll say though is it doesn't look like that's going into the chip. It doesn't look like it's going into the chip, this resistor. It's just going into the SSD. This chip just goes here. This resistor just goes here, and this is ground. So I don't think this is important, right? Do you agree with that or not? I'm good, thank you, Cryo. How are you? Wow, this one looked kind of dry, hey? should be able to paste this, I think. I think I've got like a DDR. I don't know what it is. DDR. Oh, there it is. I think I've used this maybe once. Kind of want the thinner one as well, to be honest. Is it that one? No. Because it's got the line in, hasn't it? Yeah, I think it's this one. I think it's, I want to say that one. That's the one. Oh, it's going to be a tough one, I'll tell you that. It's quite slippery. Not using the new soldering station. The A A9, no, it's boxed up ready to sell because I've purchased the more expensive one. That's how much I love it. That has 2 handles. Solder pasta. Dry this out. Let's add that paste. There we go. Oh. I need the stencil to pop the other way. Don't pop back now. Cool. Boshy. All right. Do you sell broken boards to practice on, like taking off HDMI and other various chips? I don't, unfortunately. No, I don't sell practice boards myself. No. Pick myself up that A4A iron kit. A9E for 110 CAD. Thanks, Joe. You're more than welcome, mate. You're more than welcome. For those who don't know what I'm talking about. Whoa, whoa, whoa. This soldering iron right here is the one that people are buying. Very good soldering iron. It's an affiliated link, so I get a kickback for any purchase that comes off the back of that as well. Just as a heads up. El Bodster, thank you very much for the subscription on Twitch. I appreciate you and your face. Thank you. I have to make sure I get this right now. Pin 1 is up on that top right. Let's sort the resistor first that's missing. And then that way we can actually put some heat into the board as well. Cool. Right, now we've got this area heated. I'm going to come in with some flux. Not too much, mind. That'll do. And then a little clean up, make sure it's not too much on a specific area. And then I'll come in with the IC. Flip that bad boy over. I don't know what way it needs to go yet. Is it this way? Yeah. So this is the way the IC needs to go. So again, I need to just like wrestle this into place and get it comfy on the pads. Just there. Come off. And now we come back in. Again, temp, I'm going to go about 440, probably 430 here actually, and just make sure it's all good. And I'm going to lower the heat because it's actually quite a small chip. Sorry, the air. So I'm going to do a 50% for this. Let's get this on. There it goes. Perfect. See it flying around a bit, it's good. Give it a couple of seconds. Make sure she's okay. Little clean. Right, I'm just going to measure the value of these resistors again because I wonder if they are still going to show under 1K. Board's very hot, so that's 0.5K. What's this coming in at? 470. This one. This was 0.8 before, I believe. 0.8, so that's showing this 0.8. These ones aren't showing very well. 470. 470. Okay, it might just be because of heat, so I'm going to put it back in the chassis and see how we get on. What do you guys think, chat? Do you think it's a dub or L I think it's an L for this, and I'm not doing anything more to it because, again, I have had one of these specific errors before, and I've changed out even the SSDs. I've gone as far to change out the SSDs, and it's not worked. So let's see what happens. Hey Ben, welcome buddy, how are you? Fingers crossed for the win. Let's go. Okay, SSD cache right here. UR issue. I highly doubt it. I'll be very, if this turns on, I'll be very, very surprised. And I'm just looking for a blue light more than anything. 3, 2, 1. No. Same thing. Exactly the same. I'm just going to do UART real quick and confirm that I get the exact same error message. If I don't, I'll be extremely shocked, but I guarantee I get the same error message here. Ay, 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 ay. What's the power draw? 170 milliamps, which is SSD territory. Let's see. Did you rebuild the same old chip? No. The old one's here. Sorry. I enjoy that way too much. Let's have a look. I think it's the same. Yep. Can confirm it's the same error code. 71055 SSD banks IO error between SSD controller. So I think for this one, unfortunately, that's all she wrote, which is extremely, extremely annoying. But it is what it is. It's the SSD then, I guess. Potentially, yeah. Potentially. Yo, Poke Gold family, welcome. Thank you very much for the Prime subscription, my friend. I appreciate you. Thank you. Are those new gloves already ripping? Yeah, I put them through the ringer, though. You guys know what I'm like with my gloves. And I get them caught on, like, on everything. Other than the rip, they're actually pretty good. You know what I mean? It's just here. And I think I was moving like that and something caught it. Ah, bro, this is so annoying. You'll have to watch the video to find out. I'm not going to explain it because I want you guys to also have something to look forward to. But that is super annoying. Super annoying. I've tried that before. I've tried that before, Crowro, and it's not worked. So I'm very reluctant to try it again. You know what I mean? That's where I'm at with this. I don't want to try it again because I've tried it once, it didn't work. So my success rate with these specifically that go this far is a big fat 0. Sorry, don't apologise, mate. Don't apologise. It is what it is. The good thing is I didn't really buy these for like a massive expense, so I'll probably be able to get maybe what I paid for them because they're the slim variant, and I paid 150. So I actually think that I'll be able to get maybe that 150 back because they're the slim, and I bought them in bulk. So that's what I'm hoping for at least. That's if I decide to go ahead and sell them. I'm not too sure if I want to keep them for donors because you know, these are coming on the market now quite often because they're outside of their warranty, etc, etc, and it would be nice to have some spares for these sorts of situations. However, I'm not sure if I need the amount that I've currently got at the moment because I'll definitely run into some more purchasing from eBay, you know. No, the PS5's has not been treating me nicely. You're right. They've actually been very cruel. And do you know what the best thing is, chat? Again, I don't really want to ruin too many things, but this was basically unopened. This was unopened, and I won't say any more. But you'll see what I'm talking about. Where did you buy them in bulk? That'll be giving away my secrets, and then I wouldn't have things to buy, you know? However, what I will say is that I bought a bunch of PS5s from a seller on eBay, and then I messaged them, and we've established a relationship, and they will now let me know before they put their stock, most of their stock on eBay, what they've got in stock. So I can pick and choose, which is nice. And that doesn't come, I don't think that comes with any special you know, services because I make content and whatnot. That is just genuinely because I messaged them. They had no idea about my content. They do now, but that is why. It wasn't anything special. I just made sure, you know, I made it very clear to them that I'm good for the cash. So if they want to come to me and say, do you want to buy these, often I'll buy from them in bulk. It saves them having to deal with silly buyers on eBay. It saves them from admin time of all the listings and everything. So ultimately I end up getting it cheaper anyway. Yeah, it's easier for them, it's easier for me. It works both ways, and I'm good for the cash. So when they say, can you pay, I pay, and usually I get the items the next day. Even, I don't know how they do it, even if I pay them at like 3 PM, I'm getting the items the next day. I don't know how they do it. I don't know how they're like teleporting these devices to me. But yeah, I made the conscious effort to reach out to them and ask if they had any more stock, and then we just kind of built a relationship from there. And they went quiet on me for like a year, by the way. This isn't like a new person that I messaged. I actually messaged them ages and ages ago, but I think again because they know that I'm good for the cash and reliable, they messaged me now and said, we've got these, do you want them? Good old Dave Ramsey. I've not watched some of their content in a while because I've just been trying to crack on myself, you know. As much as I consume content, I create. As much as I consume, I create, because otherwise you're just kind of sometimes, in some occasions, wasting time. Everything in moderation, chat. Have I fixed all the broken Nintendo Switches? Snap crack. Are you somebody who saw me fix or attempt to fix the 10 faulty Nintendo Switches? That video was about a year and 2 months ago. So yes, I've either broken them further, used them for parts, or sold them. But yeah, I watch a lot of YouTube. I don't watch much Twitch. I just watch Gibbs if he's on. But I watch a lot of YouTube to learn stuff like Alex Hormozy, Dave Ramsey. You know, I watch some content that is entertaining, I guess. But it's more so to fill up my old brain, because I don't learn very well from books. And maybe that's something that will change as I get older and more mature. But I've tried reading books, and it's just not really worked for me. I don't know if my imagination's horrendous or what. I don't know what the deal is with that. It's the beep on beep off guy. Who's the beep on beep off guy? What on earth? Welcome. That's a new one. I've not been called the beep on beep off guy before. Are you talking about me? I watch your videos in the evening, and my missus calls at you. My missus calls at you? What do you mean, sorry? I want to create before it's too late. What do you want to create, Rin? Fun fact, one of my first ever usernames in gaming was Riten. R-I-T-E-N. So you hear something. Yes, yeah. I mainly watch the console repairs, and the ones I've watched are usually beep on beep off. That's where it came from. Gotcha, I see. I see. There is an internal speaker. Yes, you're 100% correct, Snap. If you're enjoying the stream, guys, make sure you hit that thumbs up button. Also, subscribe on YouTube. That would be much appreciated. I should add a total sub. I should put total Twitch subs and then total YouTube subs, right? I should do that. I keep saying I'm going to do it. The stream is about to have a bit of an overhaul, guys, in terms of graphics and whatnot. So, just in an attempt to move forward and make it a little bit more visually pleasing for people, because I understand that, you know, in my game, especially of content creation, I need to up my levels and keep on top of things. And I've not really ever had much of a stream overhaul, except for when Marv done me some bits, which I'm eternally grateful for. But since that, I've not really invested too much in my graphical overlays on Twitch and the scene swaps and stuff. So I'm putting a little bit of more time and effort into learning how that works. So that's interesting. But just the little things to make your experience of watching a little bit funner, you know. So I'm going to, I'm trying to up that for you, all right? Love the content. Thank you, man. I appreciate that. Everyone's a little bit quiet today, hey? I feel like we got a lot of lurkers today, just chilling, because the the numbers and views are a little bit are still very, very good. Same as usual, but we don't have many people talking. But I do think it's because it's a little bit of a bleak day, you know, a bleak Thursday. Everyone's a little bit drowsy, a little bit sleepy. So I get it. I understand. I am much of a lurker anyway. I'm a big lurker, so I fully understand where people are coming from. If you're a bot, press 1 in the chat. Where is my stickers? There they are. I'm a worker lurker. Yeah, it's fine. I'm the same. I'm the same. Don't worry about it. You guys don't have to just justify yourself to me. I just noticed a little bit more quiet today. So I think there's a lot of people just working, cracking on sort of thing, you know? I'm just trying to think. Let me check something quick, chat. I've got some new lights as well, by the way. I don't know if the other stuff has arrived yet. Yeah, hot cows. That looks nice, man. That is good. It looks comfy. It looks really comfy. Hopefully you're still here. But yeah, hot cows. That looks really comfy, mate. I'm just seeing what this is. What is this? This is 14. I think that'll be okay. I think that'll be okay. I'm trying to think about the profit or loss episode. I didn't screw the fan in. I'm just trying to think about the profit or loss episodes. But I think we're okay to end on that, to be honest. Just thinking about timing and length of the videos and whatnot. Yo!
A coffee mug to prevent drowsy Thursdays in the future.
Let's go. I love that. Thank you very much. Noah, thank you very much for purchasing a mug. I appreciate that. Legendary, mate. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you, sir. Catch you live. Let's go, Jonathan. Welcome, buddy. Yeah, drowsy Thursdays are a thing, hey? About to do SSD controller now. I've just finished mine. Or good luck with yours, mate. Hope you have better success. What's next? Guys, I'm thinking about doing the soldering iron. I'm thinking about reviewing the Finersi Live. And seeing how good that is compared to the other bad boy that we've got. What do you think? Do you guys want to see a soldering iron repair? Soldering iron video quick, because I have to finish it up. I have to finish the trio, and I could do it now. That's what I was thinking. That's what I was trying to work out in my head. Is that okay? We do it live, like I did the other one. What made you start YouTube and why? Yeah, there's some people in here who want to see the final, so we'll just go ahead and do it. Wow, that's a big question, my friend, to be honest. I'll be on it while I'm setting things up. I'll tell you. I would say that I was a little bit. I'm not going to use the word shy. I'd just say like not very confident when I was younger. I think I wasn't very confident, and in school I was always somebody who, as soon as I got my hands on my 360, which was, well, I tell a lie. So when I had my PS1, when I got a PS1, my first game that I played was Tarzan, and then I played Lego Racers. I was hooked on just gaming in general. Then we got like a family PC that was absolutely horrendous. You couldn't do anything of it on it other than just like play files. That was it, because it was so bad. and it was like, you know, the big white back off CRT sort of screens. I kind of fell in love with just like technology, I'd say, not even games at that point, but just more so technology. But the PS1 is obviously where my love for gaming kicked in. Then I managed to get, you know, a Game Boy Advance, maybe like a Game Boy Advance SP, I think it was. And I just continued gaming and gaming and gaming. And then when I got to like school, I was already a huge gamer, and I had just continued to play games. And in school, especially when, you know, it was back in, we're talking like the early 2000s. It's like secondary school. When I went out to secondary school in the early 2000s, being a gamer was like the nerdiest thing ever. Being a gamer was the nerdiest thing ever. There's some people who will understand going into secondary school when, you know, gaming was not really, like, I guess, accepted. Especially some of the games that I played. Call of Duty was a bit more accepted, as well as like FIFA back in the days. But it still not massively accepted. But I played RuneScape, so I was just very nerdy in that sense, and so I kind of kept that to myself in school. And I used to watch, I guess, like I used to watch some YouTube back in the day, and I think one of my earliest memories was when I used to get absolutely hooked to watching stuff. There used to be a guy, he still streams now, called Groscore, and aka Ali, and he played RuneScape, and he streamed RuneScape and made videos and whatnot. So I used to watch him a lot, and then I kind of, you know, I thought to myself, I'm just going to upload some videos myself. And I started uploading RuneScape videos to YouTube, just to see how it was, etc. And back in these days, it would take absolutely ages because, you know, my internet wasn't great and whatnot. And yeah, it just kind of like my obsession with YouTube spiraled from there. So we're talking like, I obviously didn't know it was going to be a career. I had no idea it was going to be a career, but I really wanted to succeed, like as in desperation on YouTube. When I started my job, if we skip forward a couple of years, Stefan.
Still going strong.
Let's go, my guy.
Bicep emoji.
Thank you very much. I appreciate you. Absolute legend. How many is that? 23 months in a row. Thank you. I appreciate you. You know, skipping forward to when I started my job, even when I met my girlfriend at the time, aka now wife, at 19, I was still heavily invested into just gaming in general. And it's something that never left me. And YouTube. I had like an obsession between gaming and YouTube. But I was very active, and I still am very active. I know I put on a little bit of weight because I am bulking, I am bulking, and I'm purposely trying to put on some weight to gain some muscle. But I'd like to say I'm a pretty active person in the sense of playing football pretty much all my life, and going out and exercising and all those things. So I'd like to say I'm pretty active. And I just kind of knew that YouTube and gaming, or just I thought it was going to be YouTube and gaming. So I always wanted to be, you know, a streamer, and I always wanted to be somebody on YouTube. I always wanted that. And I know it sounds blasé, and like you hear so many people say it. You know, I was on YouTube before I even knew that you can get paid, etc. So was I. But when I found out that you could get paid from it, it ignited something in me. It ignited me even like more because I was like, if I can actually make this a career and earn money from it, I was like, there's no more perfect job for me. I love it. So yeah, that just ignited a bigger passion, even when I then found out that you could actually earn money from it. Back then it was all MCNs though. If you don't know what MCN is, I can't remember what it standed for, but they basically, instead of getting paid YouTube ads, which is what you get paid now in AdSense, you'd actually get paid through a company. So that company would take like 50%, maybe sometimes even more, 70%. There were some ridiculous deals that were thrown out. I've heard this from other YouTubers. And what they would do is per X amount of views, they would then pay you for those views, I'm pretty sure. And they would give you a cut of the pie, but it was a very small cut. This is before AdSense and all sorts. And then yeah, I just kind of developed my passion for gaming and everything I streamed on Twitch for, I can't remember what it was, guys. We spoke about this recently. I want to say 9-10 years and averaged 7 viewers for such a long time, for those 10 years. But what I was actually gaining was experience talking to a camera, you know, and I was honing in on these skills. Was I stupid to carry it on? Probably not, considering that I'm in the position that I'm in now, where I work my dream job. But so, like, the argument is, did I waste those 10 years? No, absolutely not, because I'm where I am now because of it. Would I encourage other people to do it? I mean, it's really tough, man. It's really, really tough. Really tough. Name a better TF. Yeah. But yeah, I've always just had like an obsession with it, and I've always sucked at making content. But when I then started streaming and making content around repairs, I kind of found a little bit of a niche that favoured me. And I got lucky. Yeah, I got lucky. Were you promoting your channel somehow? I am 40 years old, also starting my own YouTube channel as a hobby. It depends what you want, Citizen. It depends what you want. If it's your hobby, are you seeing what you can grow it to, or are you doing it because you want to earn some income from it, or are you doing it for like friends, or what's your angle? Because it depends on how serious you're wanting to take it. Yeah, Justin TV, it started in 2007. Yeah, Twitch has been around for a long time. And I think it went from Justin TV to Twitch in 2000, I want to say 10 or 11. And I had literally just started streaming as it went from Justin TV to Twitch. Or it might have been a little bit before. It might have been when it was Justin TV, I'm not sure. RuneScape community versus repair community, different arenas entirely. Yeah. But I went League of Legends. Guys, I played League of Legends. I played PUBG. I played FIFA. I played like so many games and streamed so many games that, you know, it was just gaming in general. But I didn't know what I was doing. I had no idea what I was doing. Whereas now, if I was to become like a gaming YouTuber or streamer, Lord of Glove, if I ever had the time to be able to do that, then I think I'd have a strategy now. I'd have a strategy. Yeah. Right. Let's have a look at this bad boy, shall we? I'd have a strategy for sure. Because again, it depends on your goals. If you're somebody who's wanting to earn from this, it's a different strategy to just having fun. Just having fun is just having fun. Literally. Turning the stream on, mucking around. Earning, different kettle of fish. Different kettle of fish. Tough one at that. With your channel of repair being quite serious in one way, what would you think to the likes of the slapstick repair content of Stedstick's Fix? Slapstick. I wish people kind of understood and knew how much time and effort Stez puts into his videos. Because I know it doesn't, maybe like as a viewer you think, it just doesn't look like a lot, but the raps and everything else that he does, his content is genius. Me and Stez started at the same time. It was like there was a couple of months between us. Why does the sub count go down? Because this is a 28-day looping time. So like For example, 28 days ago or 30 days ago, sorry, people who have subbed, they're now dropping off. So we're at 669 right now. And by the end of the stream, because it's a Thursday, if this was a stream day, you'd potentially see this go down a lot, because if there was like gifted subs, etc., it would go up and all of those good things. But that's why. Being a streamer looked so fun 5-6 years ago, but the clip farm and meta has ruined that whole platform for me. I mean, yeah, it just changes, right? Just meta's change, and if you're not up for keeping up with it, if you are somebody who streams and makes content and you don't keep up with the game, you'll get left behind. The Raps must take ages. They do, yeah. He's what got me into the repair community. Yep. He's amazing. I found you two roughly at the same time. Ah, nice. During a friend's repair craze. Gotcha. My favorite thing about Stairs is that he opens up any random object and says, I have no idea, but let's figure out. Exactly. Yeah. Exactly. No worries, NW. Thank you. All right, guys. Let's have a look at this. So, this, I'm going to pin this as well. Just in case people are wanting to purchase it. This is the Furnacy DWS 200 soldering station. 200 watt soldering station, may I add. 200 watt. What? Boom. Let's pin that. Pin massage. And then Grave Management IT mentioned you again yesterday on this video. No, he didn't. Stop it. No, he didn't. Did he? Where's the timestamp? On a video or a live stream? He doesn't live stream on Wednesdays, does he? Xbox Series S no power, but it's not the PSU.
Hello, interwebs. Welcome to Let's Fix Computers.
Graham, my guy. I love Graham.
Xbox.
I think he's wicked. He's only down the road from me, by the way. Does anyone have a timestamp? Yeah, I've heard great things about this station as well. This is one that Nano has.
This Xbox came. These two.
I'm not going to find this just by scrubbing, am I?
So that was dead zero. So that's
Delboy, have you got a timestamp, roughly?
just to, so we can sort of figure out. And then we've got. Immediately that's not sure. There always is. What voltage?
I might have to watch this later. He did about how you clean your boards after sort. Gotcha. If anybody knows a timestamp, that would be much appreciated, so I can quickly listen to it and fanboy. But thank you. So we're going to be taking a look at the Furnacy, F-N-I-R-S-I, I'm going to call it Furnacy, the Furnacy DWS 200, a 200 watt soldering station that I've heard nothing but good things about. So we're going to get straight into this. It's not going to be an in-depth review because that's not necessarily how I do things, but I'll be testing it. Overweight, my guy. Yo, thank you.
Hey,
I
you
appreciate.
just stopping by and going back to work. Enjoy the stream, Grin.
Thank you very, very much, Overweight. I appreciate you and your face. Tier 1 for 22 months in a row. Thank you. This is not going to be an in-depth review because that's just not the type of content I make, but it's more so just going to be a fun unboxing and putting it through the ringer a little bit to test on boards that I personally work on, for example, a PS5 or Nintendo Switch, and go by that sort of use case scenario. The tip isn't grounded on that soldering station, Joey. I would advise anybody to go and watch Nano Fix's video, by the way, who does a test about voltage leak and whatnot. And they have also apparently fixed the whole voltage leak scenario situation. And apparently it's now grounded. Yo, Lovren, welcome. How are you? Lovren used to play for Saints, by the way. Interested in this one because of the Nano, same. I'm really, really, really looking forward to this. So yeah, NanoFix actually uses this soldering iron specifically. So I'm looking forward to seeing how it performs. Let me just take my hacker out and get ready for this bad boy, shall we? Just leave all of that there. And I can just move this quickly. Just down hither. Right, let's go for the unbox. How does it look straight off the bat? So we've got some instructions, which is nice to see. We like instructions just here, straight away. Intelligent warning, sorry, warning, wiring diagram. After the power cord is connected, you need to disconnect power, you can toggle it off with a switch, nice. And yeah, it just talks about the main unit hibernation seat as well here. Okay, cool. All right. Nice packaging. Things you'd love to see. It's not ridiculously heavy, this unit. I'd say it's probably as heavy as what the Afen A9E was. We seem to have, I wonder if that's for the little nose things again to point up so we can tuck the wires out of the way. That would be pretty handy. I like the interface on this. Oh, and the buttons are tactile, just to let you know. And so is the power on button. So I really like that. We've got like a LED, is that like LED strip on the front as well? So we'll be having a look at that also. And what I really like about this station is that you've got room for tips up here in the rubber. Can you see that just up here? So that's pretty cool as well. But overall, like start and feel of this is it looks like it's actually pretty good quality. It is plastic, you know, so the feel of the heavy weight isn't there. And it's got USB-C port on the back as well, actually. Look at that. It's got a USB-C port. But in terms of the actual quality, it looks like it's good quality, you know, and it feels like good quality in terms of the tactile switches. That's come from somewhere. I have no idea where that's come from. Is that from the sides? Oh, it is. Like you just put that on. There must be another one, right? Oh, it's here. There we go. That could be a little bit of a better design. How do you get that out? You know, it just covers that. But how do you get it out without dispatching it? Do you stick something in there? I don't know. Oh, I mean, you can just, okay. You just hit them like that. That's not great. You know, that's not great. I'd like to see those a little bit more secure if you weren't going to, I know it's like aesthetics and whatnot, but that should be better, to be honest. Okay, so let's put the station there. Then we've got the actual holder itself. Oh, this looks good. Oh, okay. That's an interesting thing as well. And then I think we've got everything we need here. So is that, yeah, that's everything. So I can move the box out of the way now. Yeah, packaging wise, lovely jubbly. Good job. What I will say, if we just look at this very, very quickly, I'm not a massive fan of this stuff straight off the bat. Why am I not a massive fan? Because this flicks solder everywhere, as I recently found out by using the, I think it was the iFixit soldering iron that I was sent. But I again, from just like experience, my experiences with this sort of wicking situation has been bad. Not wicking, but cleaning my iron. I much prefer to have a ball of copper that I can just dump the soldering iron into and not have to worry about splutters. I will test this because it might be maybe a little bit softer than what the other one was, but yeah, like wire brush sort of feeling. I'm just not too keen on this, to be honest with you. Personal preference, I guess. What I like about this is that this part where you seat the soldering iron is solid, but you can move it. So that's pretty good. I like that. There's no like screw or anything. It kind of just feels nice to move, you know, and is not difficult. I like that. And like I said, you can put your soldering iron tips up here as well. So that's neat. Probably one of the main attractions. Oh, cool. They do include the wire clamp. Good. I like that. Because I think it was the, what was it, the Jeanne? It didn't actually include the wire bit that I was talking about, even though it has it on the station. So here we have our tips. They've just kind of like boxed everything up, which is nice. Same sort of style of tips. We've got a J tip. We've got, what's this? Like is that a conical? Yeah, a conical, which I believe is the circular one. And then we've got the knife tip. Yep, knife tip. And I should have, I believe, 3 different handles with all of the tips, supposedly anyway. Whoop. I like how they include like a separate box of all of this stuff. That's good. That is a big manual. That's for sure. First one's in Chinese and then the second one is usually in English, I believe, which it is. Yeah. I'm going to just see how intuitive it is without reading the instructions like I usually do. But, I mean, it kind of looks pretty basic. I like how the screen looks on this, by the way. So I'm looking forward to playing about. I will go back to the manual if I need to. All right. Oh, the reference is 2058. Let's have a look just quickly. 2058. I love Graham, man. What's he saying?
Give that a nudge and it moves back. Can we just get rid of that little bridge just for tidiness? Yes, we can. There we go. And because I've got space here, I'm going to channel my Joey Does Tech and use a microfiber cloth with some alcohol on it just to really clean that up nicely.
Let's go! The Joey rub!
This works great when there's space to do it, but I always find that I'm working in areas that are too cluttered for the microfiber cloth to fit in.
Yep. Legend, mate. Absolutely love Graham. What a guy. Thanks, Graham. Proper copperable, easier to get a replacement. Yeah, true. Yeah. So here are all the tips. So by my count, I should have, 9. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Oh! For clarity as well, I will mention, because I feel like this is quite important. The soldering iron that I have is this one. So it's £140, which is more than double than what I paid for the Afen A9E. However, the Afen A9E is now a little bit more expensive, so it doesn't work out to be half. I think it's about 80 or just £85 or so. Whereas this comes in at 140.79. So it is, it's not double, but it's pretty close. It's a lot more expensive with the exact same layout, but actually you also get a 115 handle as well as the 245 and the 210, just to put it into comparison's sake. What I will say as well is that I did not pay for this specific soldering iron. I reached out to Finersi to see if they wanted to send me this kit, and they said yes, they would like to. So they haven't asked for a video. They didn't want anything in return. They just said yes, you can have it, and that was it. They didn't ask for any feedback on what I thought of the iron. So props to them for just sending it out to me without expecting anything in return. That's huge. So to be clear, I've not paid for this product. However, this is also not a review that I have to do for the company. They didn't give me this iron in exchange for feedback or any type of review. So this will be my honest opinion. Very important to mention that, and I can't believe I actually forgot to mention it, to be honest with you. The link takes you to, unfortunately, XYZZ. The link that I share you will always take you to the cheaper one. Like I can select the different categories on here, but if I copy that link, it won't change the destination, unfortunately. So it'll just take you to the first one, and then you'll need to click the other ones to find the one that I'm using specifically. But yeah, this is the full whack. So we've got quite a lot of things here, but again, it's only for 2 handles, right? So I don't actually have the smaller handle. I've only got these 2. Now, what I like the look of actually is the fact that these handles do screw in to the holder, and I'm looking forward to giving that they screw into the station, so I'm looking forward to giving that a test. So we've got the 2 handles, we've got the plug, which I'm obviously not going to use, and we've also got the little antenna, which I love, so they've included that, and we've got the cable as well that is like the when it goes into sleep mode, this is how it knows if you've done it or something like that, I think. And the tips, and we've got some crocodile clips. So actually, okay, I take back what I said. You don't need these. You just plug this in. Okay, that feels good. Look at that. Wow. I mean, I probably, in most scenarios, will not be using this. If I am brutally honest, in most scenarios, I will not be using these little alligator clips. However, for somebody who wants to tin wires, this is a nice little thing to put on here. And it feels sturdy and well built. It doesn't feel cheap. Like if I want to bend these like round here like this, they stay there. So I like that. I like that a lot. And they come with like rubber on the end of the clip so you don't damage anything. That's pretty cool. Yeah, that seems all right. So you could just maybe put that there and work off of it. Over time, I don't know how these will survive, obviously. But yeah, and I'm not going to use them now, like I said. How easy can you take them out? They're in there very good. They're in there very good. They're not going to be like, they're not really difficult to take out, but they're also not a cheap feeling, you know. Look useful. Yeah, that's a bonus in my eyes. I like that. That's pretty handy. And I will just simply put these back in the bits because, again, I mean, it's going to take a lot for me to not use the other iron, to be honest with you. But what I would say is that if you're somebody who is just looking to use maybe one handle, this might be a better option than the A9E. But there's going to be a test in a minute that will prove that, for me anyway, and for my opinion. But if you're someone like me who likes to have the dual station, which is going to be very new to me, but I'm super excited to get my hands on it, then I believe my option will be better. Let's open this quick. And I'm probably going to sell this on, by the way, chat. I have no reason or need to keep this. So if anyone is potentially interested in buying this from me, please just reach out to me on Discord perhaps, and we can work something out. If you live in the UK, I will caveat that with. So, a couple of things. Where does this screw into then? Oh, does this screw into the soldering holder bit? Yes, it does. So look at that. Again, we've got our little, I like this thing. And it's got grooves in so that it sits in there nice and flush, rather than like moving around and being all fiddly. I can't really get it on camera, but it does have, if you look here, can you see like the little grooves in the wheel, in the cog? So that will come in handy for sure. Screw that bad boy in. Get it sat nicely. Just like that. Yep, good feeling to it. Not going anywhere. Very, very sturdy. Good place to hold the wires. Nice. I like that. The company is taking a chance on you for being a trusted, genuine guide to send the item for no return. They're in good hands. Ah, thank you, Flynn. I appreciate that. Thank you. So yeah, the overall station and the solder holder, I like it. The iron holder feels good. Feels nice. And then the banana plug thingamajig. We plug it in. Does it matter? That's quite tough to get in. It's good in a way. Oh, okay, fine. I think there is one side for one and one for the other, to be honest. No, maybe not. Maybe they're just... Okay, that feels good. Maybe, can I put a ball in here, perhaps? Maybe I could put a ball in here, because there is an opening at the back for it. So maybe I could put a ball in there and use that here. Maybe that's what that's intended for. Okay. Comes a little pass sticker as well. That's that all set up. I'll plug it in a sec. Right, we shall go with the, we'll go for the bigger one first, actually. Which is going to be this big boy, the 245, which is what I'm going to primarily use on the double station when I get it. So we'll plug this in first and see how we get on. And then we'll switch over. So, it has to line up, which it does pretty easily and fits in pretty snug. And then there's just a circle there. It's not going to be ideal for if you want to swap handles. So if you want to swap handles all the time, that's not going to be ideal to unplug, because you have to unplug it because there's not much room. Then maybe even unplug the banana plug thing here, then unscrew and swap to the other one. So I'm not too keen on that, but it doesn't, that's not, you know, it's not a big issue. And then we simply stick this here like that. And then it kind of just holds it out of the way for us. Nice. I like it. I like it. I like it. I like it. The Athan had this as well. The Jean came with this slot in here, but didn't include the little banana bendy thing, unfortunately. Right. How does it feel? Yeah, feels good. I mean, the same sort of cheapy feeling that you feel with the other handles, but nothing less, nothing more. In all honesty, it feels comfortable. 245. Yeah, I like it. I'm just going to pick a tip now. HS02A. So these are the bigger ones. What bigger ones do we have? Conical. We got the knife there. Conical. So we got two conicals. Ah, nice one. I like this tip. And we got the knife and that one. Okay, so I'll probably give these two for a spin. And then come back to these ones in a minute. Oh, wait a minute. Where's the others? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Oh. Oh, I do have 9, yeah. Okay, put these all up there. I'm going to start with the big boy knife tip, you know, and go over ground and all those things. I like how these come. So it's like a bit of rubber there that it sticks into, and you just pull it. That's pretty cool. I like it. How many? Every time I say I like it, you got to take a shot. I'm joking. Right, let's plug this in then and see what the situation is. I believe I did have another kettle lead that came here. But I can't see it. I might take the one from the station and go from there. Okay, let's plug her in. She is plugged in. Now I'm going to put the tip in now and put it to a state where when I take this out I can just simply use it like that. A little bit more. There we go. So, okay, fits in the holder nice. Yeah. There's a little bit of wobble. But not too much. Not enough for me to go, oh, that's concerning. Because you also have the factor of being able to move this up and down, don't forget. So it's kind of expected, right? Yeah, it feels all right. Okay, let's go ahead and turn her on. Switch at the back. Okay. Oh, we get the power up button. And I'm going to hold it down. Or just tap it. Let's tap it first. Okay, tapped. Comes on. We got the LED lights down here. And it asks you whether you want English or Chinese. So I'm going to select, it's not touchscreen, Joey. I'm going to select English, and there we go. It's current temp is straight away 100 degrees Celsius. The other irons came at like a preset of 200. What's nice is that in sleep, left until standby, it gives you a timer. That's pretty cool. I like that a lot. I like the fact it gives you a timer. I don't know why I like that a lot. It just kind of fills me with confidence that it's actually counting down, you know? I like that. So if I go mode, what happens? I'm just seeing nothing when I press mode. If I press the arrows, nothing happens either. Let me press channel. Nothing happens when I press channel, but it also acts as back. So I'm going to press settings. Temp lock. Okay, so we can move through the menu like this, navigate through the menu. That's pretty cool. Let's zoom in a little bit. Sleep set. So you got the timer, standby. So you got a standby time as well down there. So if I press OK, you just navigate through. That's pretty cool. Standby switch. There we go. I'm going to put this down to say, can I hold it? I can hold it. Intuitive. I like it. 5 minutes, say, for example. Screen shutdown is off, so it never turns off the screen. I like that. Sleep temperature is 100, so I like that as well. So I'll press CH to go back. Intuitive. I've not had to look at a menu for this or nothing. Very intuitive. Shortcut. Perfect. So here's our actual temperatures. This is calibration, but these are our temperatures. So as always, we are going to go 380. Beeping's a little bit annoying. I'll turn it off in a minute. 420. And what's the max temp? 450, right? 450. We'll go 450 max temp. So 380, 420, 450. All right. And then let's press back and see what other settings we've got. Calibration, system settings. So you've got brightness, you've got the temperature unit, for example, Celsius or Fahrenheit, and then you've got a volume. Oh, you've got volume. So instead of just muting, I like that. I like that a lot. So you don't have to just go cold turkey mute. You can actually just go through here and turn the volume down. I like that. And then you've got the language, reset. Cool. Good menu options and nothing I don't necessarily like about that, to be honest. The buttons feel good. You know, they're not as tactile as, say, the Apham because they were plastic. So you really got a good feel. But these are good buttons, you know, good buttons. So at 100 degrees Celsius, I'm just going to pull out the iron now. One thing I will say is, how do I know what temperature I'm at? How do I know what temperature I'm at? because I've just got current temp and nothing else. So maybe I just need to take it out and it will climb up, and then I can change the temperature when this is out of the holder. Not the biggest fan of that, if I'm honest, but let me pull it out. $300. Can you see how the solder, that you probably can't, but there's solder splattering everywhere, because solder comes on the end of the tip as well. But there is solder just splattering, so I'm not, again, the biggest fan of that because I don't want to burn myself. In terms of actually swapping the tip, I'll just cover that real quick. There's, again, the holes. So I can simply put my iron in, pull out, and there we go. And what happens here? We get a beep, 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 beep. So I like that. So I'm going to push this in a little bit, withdraw it, and I'm going to use this to push. So I use the big triangle. I got told off a few times for not doing that, which is fair enough. When the iron tip is ready, press it in the sleep seat. Oh, okay. It says press it. Press it in the sleep seat or any key to start working. So I'll press OK, and it will go back up. Okay, cool. So temperature-wise, I don't know what I'm preset at unless I take the soldering iron out of the station. So if I put that back now, I wonder if, so it's staying on this menu now. So I wonder if when it goes to 100 degrees, that's when it goes on the other one. So I can see what I'm working at. Cool. All right. So now, do I just press the arrow buttons? Oh, that does sleep timer up there. So if I press mode OK. Oh, I like that. It does the graphs. Let me try channel. There we go. So I press channel here to circle through the temperatures, the presets. So again, I'll start at 380. We'll go over to my PS5 and we'll solder on ground to see how it gets on. What's your first initial thoughts, chat? What's your first initial thoughts? I like it. I like it. Seems good. Does seem good. Nice, wonderful. Yeah, nice. Yeah, it is nice. I agree. Nice interface. Yeah, agreed. Try plugging in a 115 tip handle into it. Not sure. I don't know if that'll work, will it? No, I think the handles are different for the 115. I think the handles are different, and I wouldn't want to break it. Looks better than the Jeanne. Agreed. Agreed. I can also confirm that it's gone. It's down at 100 degrees Celsius now, so now it's in sleep. So if I lift it up, there we go. And I'm going to give you guys, and now it's up to temp. So I lifted it up, and you guys heard when I said I lifted it up, and now it's at 380. So it's very, very quick to get up to temperature. Very quick. Let's see how it does. You ready? 380 degrees Celsius. Biggest tip. Let's go. Pretty good. Again, these boards are very cold. They've been sat on my floor for a very long time. Yeah, pretty good. Pretty good. The area will be getting hotter now because we're sinking heat into it. But if I come down here, for example, a little bit further away. Very good. 380 degrees, by the way. But very big tip as well. But can you see? I mean, it's ever so slightly just lagging a bit for me. Ever so slightly lagging a bit for me. But that might be because the area as well is very, very severely oxidized. No, that feels good, to be honest. That does feel good. And it's moving relatively easy. If I hold here, look, can you see how the solder just moves? From one place to another, it like creates that bridge. Look, can you see? Does very well in that regard. Very, very well. Very powerful. And I'm just trying to break this solder up. Look at that. Yeah, very powerful. Very powerful. Okay. Let's push it to 420. Up to 420 now. Didn't take long at all to jump up, as you can imagine. A little bit of a burn on the end now, so I'm just giving that a clean. Let's see. 420. I mean, yeah, it does a great job, look. And you can see how quickly it liquefies when I put this on. Ready? 3, 2, 1. Look at that. Move it around. It does a great job. And I'm just going to push now, 450. See how quick that is. Big old temperature. 420 degrees Celsius. Sorry, 450 degrees Celsius. Here we go. Wow. Okay. That was mega quick, by the way. That was mega quick. How quickly that is transferring to this is ridiculous. Let me move away from that area. Edge of the board now, so it should be quick. Look at that. Wow, okay. Yeah. The raw power in this is very impressive.
Keep up those smiles, smiley face.
My guy, Stormy, thank you very much for the Prime for 13 months in a row. Thank you. Yeah, this is very, very, very powerful. You can tell. Just soaking that solder up. Look at that. Wow. Very, very powerful. Okay. Let's put it back in the holder. I need to find one that has a empty SSD controller. That one doesn't. I thought I salvaged all these SSD controllers. Is that, what's that? That's been done. This one has been done. This one has also been done. I thought I salvaged all of them. Here we go. There's a bunch of mask on this one, so we'll have to take it with a pinch of salt. But there is a lot of mask. Because it's been changed before. That also would mean that it is leaded solder on here, which is fine because we add leaded anyway. Now this board is dead cold, all right? It's freezing. Not being touched. This is different to the one that I was just using as well. So what I'm going to do is add some flux and go over with my soldering iron. And I'm going to I'm going to operate at 420. I shouldn't really necessarily need to go any higher than that, I imagine. So I'm going to go 420 right now. And I'm going to apply some leaded. And see how it flows. Just get a feel for it. It's a big, big iron for this, but you actually need a big iron for this. Now, if this was hot, oh, this is feeling very good, by the way. Buttery smooth. Buttery smooth. Like I said, ignore the solder mask situation because that is, I've put a load on anyway, but that's really nice. That felt really, really nice. Wow. This is at 420, just as a reminder. So we'll carry on with the 420. Let's go, ready? This wick. How does this get on? I look for a couple of signs here. I look for burnt flux and solder. And also things, solder mask missing or being scraped away. Now, like I said, it's not necessarily fair because I'm unable to do that because of the amount of mask that's already on this. But what I can say is that A, that felt so buttery smooth, and B, you can see that it didn't struggle at all. You can see that it didn't struggle at all, right? Is that? Oh. Wait there, chat. There's a bit of liquid metal on this board. I thought it was solder, but it's not. It's liquid metal. So you never calibrate. I mean, look, the thing is with the calibration, Greg, is that I completely understand fully that it should happen. Oh, wait, no, that is solder. Ah. I understand that it should happen, but the point of my comparison is it's if I'm referring these to people, I want it to be out of the box experience. You just crack on. I don't want to have to say to people, oh, you need to go and buy now a calibration tool for your soldering iron, blah, blah, blah. Like, if people want to go and spend the extra 10, 20 pound or whatever it is to get one, fair enough. But I want to be able to recommend, like, out of the box, what's going to be good and what's not. Simple. Do you know what I mean? But in terms of this so far, it feels really, really good. And look at the job that it's actually done, wicking that stuff up. It's done very, very good. I like that a lot. I do like that a lot. Now, it's a very, very big iron, so my use case is not going to be too much more for it, if I'm honest with you. But for example, here we've got where a retimer should be on a PlayStation 5. And if I was going to use a tip for this iron specifically, I definitely wouldn't use this one. I would more so use... Let's go with a big J tip. Wait, is the J tip, is that HSOB, HSOA, HSO2, HSO2? Those are the smaller ones. I didn't know I had a J tip, I'll be honest. Okay, so at 420. So if I was using the bigger handle, maybe for like this, I am not used to using a J-tip, FYI, so I don't know how good I'm going to be with this. This could purely be user error. How well does this actually take solder on the end? Pretty good, I'd say. It transfers heat really well. Let's just say that. It does a great job. And with ground, sticky. Very sticky on the J-tip. So I don't know how good the actual J-tip quality is, but very sticky. But in terms of tinning, as you saw, there was no additional heat there from my soldering, from my hot air gun, sorry. That's done really well. Little bridge over here, which I didn't see when I was doing it. If I was to try and wick this, let me try and wick. I think this is a me problem, by the way. I don't think I should be doing this with the J-tip, but you can see it's wicking it ever so slowly. I'd need something a little bit more accurate, like even the knife tip here would probably have been better use case. I mean, yeah, it wicks fine. I think people more so like to use the J-tips for jobs like here on a HDMI port. I would never add this much flux, I just want to confirm. Ever. I'm just getting rid of some of it now. I'm just going to add a little bit of solder. And see if I can just get like the tips of here. And see how well it transfers, eh? It's at about 5% right now. I don't think the solder's doing a great job of like transferring up to the end of the tip. I can see it adding leaded solder. I can see that, but the actual gold contacts is not getting on top of those. Let me try and... That's a bit better if I push down on them. So if I push down, there we go. You can see now that the solder's definitely making its way onto the gold contacts as well. So I mean, for like precision work like this, it's pretty good. Wow, look. I like that. So you can see where I've added solder here. I'm not even pushing too hard, to be fair. I'm just letting the soldering iron do its work. If I was to just turn it around. I wonder how drag soldering goes. Probably not very well, hey? Because again, you don't really do that with a J-tip, do you? No. It's more for, I think it's more so for like the poking aspect. But again, this is definitely a user error. But you can see how well the soldering iron actually does picking the solder up, even though it's not dragging it very well. I wonder if I do go up here to 450, does that make a difference? Probably not. And I definitely don't think adding more flux here is going to make a massive difference. Trying to get it to drag it along, you see. Yeah, it's not dragging very well. Okay. Food for thought and whatnot. I want to switch over now to the other handle. So I'm just going to take it out and replace it. But I mean, in terms of actual like performance with this specific soldering iron, I would definitely go ahead and say that for larger areas like SSD controllers on PS5s and whatnot, it performs very, very well. And I don't actually think I went up to 450. I think I remained at 420 when I was doing the SSD controller area. So if you were soldering big components, you know, like coils and whatnot, this thing is going to transfer heat just like crazy, like you wouldn't believe. So it's going to do a very, very good job for those reasons. If you were tinning big things as well, especially. But now we're going to get into the more finer, I guess, handle, which is this smaller one, and which then comes with smaller tips like this knife one, etc. I'll do the same test to see how it performs power-wise, but I also then want to go over to a Nintendo Switch and see how I get on with like tinning around small areas, just to make it a fairer comparison. That makes sense, chat? Turn it off now. The handle part doesn't actually get hot, does it? No. No. Joey, love everything I've seen about the Fenursi so far, but in saying that your comparison of the Jeanne to me is kind of unfair. The system you compare does not compare to the other two. However, Jeanne does have a unit that does compare, and yes, it's more expensive, but I think... What do you mean? The Fenursi, I got more for my money with the Fenursi. So I got a bet the Fenursi with 3 tips. Sorry, the Fenursi with 9 tips and 2 handles is cheaper than, I'm pretty sure, the Jeanne with 1 handle, 3 tips. So when you're saying the Jeanne is kind of unfair, what do you mean? Because on the contrary, the Afen A9E came with 3 handles, 9 tips, and was better, in my opinion. And that was half the price. So when you're saying like the comparison isn't fair, what part of the comparison are you saying isn't fair? I also try not to make it, as much as, you know, it is a comparison. I mean, between these 3 specifically, it is. I'm understanding that, but the Jeanne you compared is not the same machine, is what I'm saying. But it's the same price. No? Does your merch ship to US? Yes, MFT. Yeah, it does. Yeah. One thing I will say, I will just compare this and make a note on it. Oh, I will just quickly say that this doesn't feel as snug of a comfort fit. I think I kind of have to push it in there for it to be, yeah, that's a lot more snug now. But I think if you were just to be a little bit lazy about it, it would just kind of sit up and wobble about, meaning that it could fall off. But if I give it a bit of a push in, that's better. But if I'm kind of working quickly, you know, I'm just doing that and I just go to put that like that, that's going to be loose and will fall out. So you do need to give it a little bit of a push in there to make sure that this is the 210 handle, FYI. So let me just put a tip on this now. I'm going to go with a knife tip on here, sorry. Am I being an idiot or something? Wait. Oh, so this, even though this is like a smaller packaging, this I believe is for the bigger handle. HSO2A. This is a HSO2B. This is a HSO2I. Wait, what? What's this? HSO2? HSO2? Oh, I'm being a moron. I was being a moron. Ignore me. Let's pretend that didn't happen. That was a knife tip for the bigger one. Where's the knife tip for the smaller one? This one? Yeah, this one. Right, let's go. Turn it on. It swings and roundabouts. So one, you're getting better quality for less money, but the other on the other hand, you're getting more product for more money. For the price, Fenursi is better. Yeah, for price, I would also agree that Fenursi is better than Jeanne. Yeah, the tips aren't compatible cross handle. I've just learnt. Good to know. Right, let's move this over. Turn it on again. Now that I've replaced the tip. Nice and simple. Back over to this baby. Yo! Techno Buzz!
On the 11th day of Christmas, Techno gave to me
A zip hoodie from Joey. Guys, exclamation mark enter on Twitch. Exclamation mark enter. That is going to give you a zip up hoodie. Exclamation mark enter if you want some merch. If you want some merch. I'm not entering. Hot Cows, do it because Bodger has. Do it. Go over to Twitch. Enter it up. Exclamation mark enter. Zip up hoodie. Go and follow over on Twitch. Exclamation mark enter for your chance to win some merch. Techno has literally just gifted some merch again. Crazy, crazy Techno, man. Crazy, crazy Techno. Lord of Glove. How many pieces of merch has he gifted is crazy. Right, here we go. So this is knife tip on the 210 handle. Moving gun, thank you very much for the
Have
prime.
my prime.
Thank you very much, I appreciate that. Thank you, that's very kind of you. 2 months in a row, thank you, thank you, thank you. So I'm going to take this out of the holder. And I'm going to go 380 to start with. Now this tip, as you can see, is a lot smaller than what the other one is. So let's just see how it operates on ground, okay? Let's go. Ground now. Boom. Yeah, it takes longer. See how it's taking longer to travel? I've got to be honest. I have to be honest. The Aphen on the smaller tip was rapid. And I'm pretty sure that was 380. I'm pretty sure. But this still does a great job. Don't get me wrong. But if I'm comparing, it feels quite sticky at 380 and it's definitely not soldering correctly. Different board again, so oxidization and whatnot does apply. But if I'm just leaving this on here, even now it's been on here for a while as well, if I just go plop some solder on, it does a better job. But if I try and move around, can you see how my soldering iron's getting stuck at 380 on the smaller tip? Let me move it up to 420. Here we go, 420 degrees Celsius now. Has it made a massive difference? I mean, it's made a difference, to be fair. I'd say it's made a difference. Not a huge one. I can still feel a little bit of stickiness here when I'm trying to move it around. But it's made a difference. It's made a difference. I'm going to bump it up to 450, okay? I keep pressing mode instead of channel to change. I put it up to 450. I'm going to get all the way over here. 450. Big difference. Big difference there, max temp. You can see. For such a small iron as well, very impressive. Very impressive. It's right near the edge, so it doesn't really count too much, but very impressive. Very impressive. 450, we are max though. I think the highest I went on the Aphen was 440. You can see here, look, it does a job. It does a job. Just out of curiosity, knife tip, 450, obviously max. Just whack that there. Who won? Miro! Let's go, Miro! Congratulations, mate. Amazing. There's no one more deserving than Miro. Let's go, baby. Well done, mate. Thank you, Techno. Okay, 450. We'll drop a bit of solder on the end of the iron. And just for example, bit too much solder, but I'll take it off here. So I'm just dabbing the solder off. Look at that. very well in terms of performance for sure. And how it's able to move the solder around. There we go, look, and I've just managed to take it off fairly easy. If I go with a knife tip here, for example. I'd have to flood it, I guess, but you can see it does very well. It does very, very well. Very, very well. I do want to see tinning purposes. We're just going to keep it at 450. I'm just melting the flux here, by the way. How's it on here, actually? 450. Yeah, sticking. You see the stick? See a stick at 450 on this iron? Now it's good. If I go flux. Now just go ahead and tin. Very good job, man. Very good job, I think, of tinning. Can it sort this mess out? That's the question. Wow, it glides very nicely, by the way. I know that this situation here doesn't look great, but that is because there is a bunch of solder here now. But it glides very, very nicely. See that? Wow. Wow, look at that. What? Has that got rid of all the solder? No way has that got rid of the solder. Has it? Oh my gosh. It has. It's got rid of all those bridges. Okay, that's low-key insane, by the way. That's really good. Wow, wow, wow. There was a lot of solder there. I'm going to add more. It pulls the solder very nicely. Wow. It pulls the solder very nicely. Look at that. And look, you can see it dumping if I don't drag it. So that is exactly what it's meant to be doing. That's really good, man. That's really, really good. It's dragging very nicely. I bent the pins now, I think, because I've been doing this a bit too long. But you get my point, like, that drags very well. That's impressive. You see how easily I'm moving the solder around? That's crazy. See that? That's nuts. Like I said, I think I've moved the pins. I think I've bent them because I just spent so long in this area. But I think there's one bridge in the middle because I've bent the pin. But that is a really good job. And it's not even really damaged the plastic. Look at that. You guys saw as well how long that iron was on here. And it hasn't damaged the plastic. That's really good. I'm super impressed with that. Another good bridge test would be here, I guess, right? Not as big as the other ones. Wait there. Sorry, not as small. So I just add some solder here. Let's see if I can drag on here. To be fair, I could probably get away with using the bigger one. Look at that. That is really good, guys. Look at that. How it's dragging the solder from one to the other. That's really nice. Look at that. Wow. It just struggles on the end there because I've got too much solder, but that's really nice, man. Look at that. Again, too much solder. A me thing. Wow. That's really nice. Look. I'm very impressed with that. Drag soldering. That's amazing. That 210. That's amazing if you need to go over things. That's really good. I like that a lot. Okay. Let's quickly... I don't know if it's going to be... I don't know if this handle is too big for a Nintendo Switch per se. But a quick test here is some solder that I've got in these holes. I wonder if it's going to be able to wick it out. Because that is definitely another use case. Not one that I specifically use anymore because I don't do that. But, you know, there are certain jobs where you do need to wick out of holes. Now, bear in mind, this is 450. I'm actually going to put this down to 420, to be honest. I feel like that's a better use case sort of temperature. So let's go, 420. A little bit sticky. Not necessarily moving here. Moving a little bit now. I'll fill it up, give it a chance. So if I was to now try and wick this. Does a good job moving it. But does it soak it all up? Little bit left in there. You see that little bit of solder in there? Definitely struggling. You put it up. 450. See if that finishes the job. Can you finish your dinner? Struggling. Struggling. And I guarantee that it's probably not going to be able to soak up the solder from this one over here. This one is not going to struggle at all. Watch this. Oh. There we go. Yeah, I didn't hold on for long enough. That's my fault. But this one here, it's gonna have a rough time. For sure. To be fair, it's done well. Done well, but not great. To put it into perspective, the Aphon, I'm pretty sure, was able to clear all of these holes. There we go, got it. Okay, I'm impressed. This one, then, I must have had a bad angle or something. User error. Yeah, the Aphon handled this better. There we go. I just needed more time. So it does handle it. Let's not get it twisted. It does handle it. It just takes a little bit more time. This one does feel really good for tinning, by the way. And again, I'm not a knife tip user. So I definitely need to hone in on my skills, but it feels really, really good for just like tinning and stuff. And it's not gonna struggle here at all. You can see it's not gonna struggle here at all. In terms of tinning, it does a great job. And heat transfer, look, you can see it is great. It is a great iron. This is a great iron. See how much that's wiggling? Look at that. That just goes to show the strength and power. Being able to remove a coil like this. I'm not going to be able to get in between here, am I? No, it's very tough. I mean, I can just about get it down there. Just about. But you'd ruin the chips. So this iron isn't specific. I mean, I could go J-tip here and try and see how that goes. But the Aphen comes with the, yeah, see, I just knocked that. But the Aphen comes with the 115, and that is perfect for jobs like down here, for where you have BQ, whereas this iron is just a little bit too big, you know? The tip, I should say, specifically. So yeah, it's going to struggle. But I think, honestly, it's a great iron. This iron's a fantastic iron. But for the price, what would I personally choose? Would I go for the Aphen? I definitely wouldn't go for the Jeune, or would I go for the Furnursi? I personally think, after my noob testing, and trust me, it is very noob. I'm not a detailed reviewer. I may have missed some very important steps, but again, this is more so just my opinion and an unboxing and straight use case of what it is that I do on a daily basis. The Jeune was the most expensive and didn't offer as many tips or handles. So I'd actually go ahead and put the Jeune in last place for me. Third place. Second place has to be the Furnursi, because again, of the price point, we're talking £140 for 2 handles and 9 tips. First place, I hate to say it easily, is the Aphen A9E. That sucker, I think I paid at the time £60, £65, whatever it was, and I got 3 handles, 9 tips. And in terms of heat transfer and performance, I genuinely believe it was better than the other irons. That doesn't mean that the other irons are bad, and the Furnursi is definitely one that I would consider if I was just using one handle. I've just got rid of my A9E Aphen, and I've purchased the dual station A902 because it comes with 2 holders, and I can put 2 handles in at the same time rather than having to take them out and put them in. I can just use that. So I think that's going to be my main iron from this point onwards. You've inspired me to take consoles apart without messing things up. Lovely jubbly, Fierce. I'm glad to be a service, my friend. I found the Furnursi stuff to be better than the price, well, for the stuff I've got from them so far. Yeah, the Furnursi is I would say, in terms of performance, is close to the Aphen A9E. But if we take into consideration the price point, I'll show you. What did I pay? Wait a minute. I paid 67. I paid £67 for the Aphen. Lord, glove. So look at this. The Aphen A9E. This one, 220 volts, obviously. Oh, it does change in price ever so slightly. 3 handles, 9 tips. And was incredible. Plus, it's got like my favorite things, like, you know, the ball, for example. I don't use the wet sponge personally, but so that's 81.78. I paid 67 for this exact deal. And then if I go over to the Furnursi DWS 200, and we go, for example, which one? This one is 500 sold. So for the same sort of deal, except for, by the way, an additional handle, because it only comes with the 2 handles down here, the 245 and the 210. You're paying £140. So, you know, it's almost double the price. And the performance of this machine was incredible. This has 3,000 plus sold. This has 500 plus. I think, honestly, there's a reason for that. This holds up at 1,008 reviews at 4.9 stars. This is 4.9, 66. I do genuinely believe my winner personally is the Aphen. I'm very, very impressed, which is also known as Sugon, I believe. So chat, that's where I'm at. When you look at price and performance and whatnot, I think you have to bear those things in mind, right? You have to bear those things in mind. If you want an Aphen, I'll leave a link to it. just in case there's people wondering, because what I've pinned right now is the Fernursi. But if you're looking to get an Aphen, there we go. How long are we going to keep this sub number? I've just seen it as well. So yeah. A902 looks awesome as well. I know, it does look awesome. I can't wait to get my hands on it. I can't wait to get my hands on it. Somebody I know, Fifi, has the Aphen A902 and swears by it. So yeah, I'm just hoping that it is as powerful as what the Aphen A9E was. I can't imagine it not being as powerful, because it's the same station, just on the two. Chris, thank you very much. I appreciate you. 50 gifted subs now, Chris. Thank you so much, mate. I appreciate you. It's very kind, my guy. Very, very kind. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. So if you do want to pick up a Fernursi soldering station, I'll leave that in a link down below. But if you also want to pick up any of the others, I'll leave them as an affiliated link in the description. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this one. If you did, hit the thumbs up button, subscribe to the channel if you're new around here. And as always, I shall see you in the next one. Peace. Chat, that's just for a video. FYI. If I bought another soldering station, my wife would kill me. Dang, I almost left. Yeah, it was just for the video. I'm going to pack this away now. So, I mean, if there is anybody who's seen this, by the way, the Fernursi, and they're interested, I was scared you were going, no. If you are interested in buying this, how hot is that now? To be fair, that's cooled down really well. If anybody's interested in buying this, you've seen what it's capable of, I am going to, I'm going to sell it. So if you want it, message me on Discord and you live in the UK, because I'm going to get rid of it. My other soldering irons come in, and again, I don't necessarily need it. That'll be greedy for me to have as many soldering irons as what I do. So if you do want to purchase this, please just send me a message on Discord. Zofa, welcome. What sort of dosh price? Because it's been opened, I'll knock a tenner off. So how much did I pay for it? Let me see how much I paid for it exactly. I didn't pay anything for it. I'll do it 100. I'll do it for 100. If anybody's in the UK and they want it. Consider it sold. All right, peripherals. Is that meant to say peripherals? Yeah, send me a message on Discord, my guy. Send me a message on Discord. Porf is either. Okay. Yeah, just send me a message on Discord, mate. It'll have everything. You've seen what it's capable of. You've seen the condition of it. Just to let you know, this is what the solder bit looks like. It's why I don't like this stuff. Look, can you see how it just gets everywhere? So I'm not a fan of these. TBH. But yeah, put all these tips back and everything as well. Let me get it ready for you now. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I agree. But don't get me wrong, this iron I would definitely use if, I'll be honest, chat, I wish Fifi was here, man. because I can't believe how good the Aphen A9E is, and I can't believe I tested that first. I thought I'd start with the cheapest because I was like, sure. I mean, I was really looking forward to the Finesse because I seen NanoFix use it, and it was his recommendation. So well, he didn't even recommend it. I said, what soldering iron do you use? He said this one. I said, fine, I'm gonna get it. So I was kind of looking for a new one, and then I saw these ones pop up, and I was like, oh, I'll just buy those and do like a bit of a comparison. And then this happened. It's crazy, man. To be honest, it really is. I can't remember how this looked. Chat, am I right in thinking everything went in this box? I think everything went in this box, right? I won't forget your little rubber bits. I'll put them in there, my guy. Because I don't want to put them on here because they'll just fall off. I've just got myself a nice Xmas present. You have indeed. And you always have the live stream to go back to and be like, that's the one that I bought. Supersonic, welcome, buddy. How are you? Quick, check it on profit or loss. Right. There we go. Good as new. All yours, my friend. And no waiting from China, which is obviously a nice benefit. But yeah, I'll do it for a one-er. We'll call it a one-er. That includes shipping as well. Right, chat. One in the chat of you enjoyed today's stream. Good one today. We got a lot of stuff done. It's nice. A couple of videos recorded as well. It's always a bonus. Work smart. Chat, work smart. Try to anyway. Well, I mean, work dumb for me most cases, but you get what I mean. Ugh. How much am I paying you for this Aphen? Oh, Jordan, is that you? Jordan, is that you? For the A9E? Yeah, because I need to get that dispatched to you and we need to sort out payment and stuff, right? Right, Priff, I've got you here. Hello, Wave. And it was George as well, wasn't it? Where's George? George. I'm just saying, hey, mate, to bring the chat up. Okay, so for the Aphen, I paid... Chat, what do we think is a fair price for the Aphen? Brand new. For the Aphen, I paid... What did I say? 67. 50 quid. 50 quid, George. You happy with that? $9.9 billion. Done. Send me the deets. Okay, mate. We'll do. Right, I'm going to sort those two out now, actually. And Priff, you said you wouldn't be able to pay till tomorrow, right? That's fine. Guys, thank you very much for watching. I appreciate you and your faces. Hopefully, I don't know if people have noticed, but I've actually done 1440p on YouTube today. So hopefully that's done okay. Has that done okay? Have people been watching it in the old 2K? And if so, do you think it looks better than the usual 1080p that you were watching in? Fantastic. Good stuff. Good stuff. Right, guys, much love. Thank you for joining. I appreciate you. And I'll probably be live on Sunday, I think it's going to be. Yeah, we're looking at about Sunday, I believe. Thank you for joining. I appreciate you and your faces. Thank you. Big thank you to Techno for sending me some absolutely awesome gear, by the way, that I've had some real fun learning on how to use, and it will only get better. And a big thank you especially to Techno for gifting so much merch tonight, as well as Chris the other day, and a bunch of other people as well. All right, guys. So listen, thank you for your support. Appreciate you. YouTube had me at 7:20. No, all this time. Guys, thanks for watching. Have a good rest of your week, and I'll speak to you on Sunday afternoon for the stream. Hopefully just repairing some bits and bobs. Thank you. Have a good one. I'll speak to you then. Goodbye. Awkward, 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 awkward.